Yeah, welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live, Wednesday night edition. Man, I'm really worried about you with that clap, man. That's kind of, I don't even know what to say about that, man. You know who you look like when you clap like that? You look like, what is it? Blaine and Twan, the dudes from In Living Color, the two
man,
movie critics.
Yeah,
that's what you're clapping like right now. That's not a good look.
Jesus
young people
Christ.
Probably won't get that reference, but
that's a tough one right there, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I think all of our viewers are. I think they've seen Living Color, but
probably. But yes. What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome again to another episode of Format Podcast Live, Wednesday night, midweek edition. So, as always, we got some good topics for you, and that third topic I think is going to be really interesting because we're going to freak it a little different way than what you expect. So, I think this will be cool. What? We're going to freak it. I ain't say freak off. We're not having no freak offs over here, but we're going to freak it though. See, you took it.
I ain't said no freak off, but we're going to.
No, I ain't said that. We're going to freak it though.
Hey, that's real.
What's going on with you, Transformer? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, not much, man. Another beautiful day, man. Just out
Sir.
here working, grinding, thanking God for another day.
Yeah, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Yeah.
How about you, bro?
I'm maintaining, man. I'm trying to make something happen, man. Trying to make something happen. Looking forward to the Army Navy this weekend, and then next week, God willing. There you go. And then God willing, next weekend the start of the 12-team playoffs. So
yes, sir.
That's about it, man. That's about it.
Well, y'all have Indiana, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't like that, but that's another story, though.
Yeah, they had to give y'all Northern team, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and then we get the consolation prize, Georgia, in round 2 after we beat them. So
boy,
that's not going to be great. But you know what? What did Ric Flair say?
To beat a man, woo! You gotta beat the man.
But to beat a man, you gotta beat the man.
There it is. You gotta do it. So that's what it takes. And to get to that level, you gotta go through some adversity. Unless you LeBron, and then you just go around the adversity, or maybe you team up with the Ohio State team and then go play Georgia. That's probably
2 minutes 45 seconds before you mentioned LeBron James. That was crazy work.
Well, we were referencing to beat a man, you got to beat the man, but obviously not in every case, right? You just go team up, get some help. You know what? Let's make this fair. If you're KD, you do the same thing. That's fair, right? There you go.
And if you the Celtics GM, you do the same thing when you. No?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, because that's the organization. So that's
organization. So it's cool when the organization do it. See, it's cool when they do it. But when I do it, it's cool when they do it. But when I do it, man, that's right. Crazy.
That's right.
But it happened though.
Yes, it happened. Yes, Danny Ainge put that together. Beautiful moves, some trades and all. But anyway, we're not going down that road again. But team, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to hit my spiel and then come back and talk to you real quick about memberships to the channel. Can't wait to get those going, and then we will hit the quick hits, and then we'll start getting into the main topics. So let's do that. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in the Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't wait. You know what? I might need a drop from that. Remember that drink? Baby, I can't wait. Was that like the late 80s, early 90s? I think it was. I can't remember who that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the one. Yo.
I just made that up. That was for real?
No, yeah. That was in the song. Yo.
What?
Yeah. Tell me what you're all about. Yeah, that was a joint, man. What?
You know what?
But,
Maybe
yeah.
if it was a better vocalist, I probably would have
Yes,
got it. But
you might have gotten it with a better vocalist. That is correct. Because I am about as bad as it gets.
Now, if you were to be Blue from the Temptations, I would have got every song that you sung, brother. Like, oh, there you go.
That's something different. But yeah, man. For those of you who are here in the chat, appreciate you being here first and foremost. Definitely appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And also, we've opened up memberships to the channel, so make sure you join the channel if you're so inclined, because we're gonna have some exclusive members only content going there. As of right now, I don't have any members yet, so I haven't posted that yet. But once we get that rolling, then we'll start doing some of that. So yeah. What do we got here? You want to get to what's up, Laker Nation? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Are we gonna get to, I guess, the quick hits and then we'll get started?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it, man. You want to lead off with the quick hits?
All right, so the big Bill Belichick, of course,
That's
he's
right.
an 8-time Super Bowl champion. If you guys remember, he did get one as a defensive coordinator before, two as a defensive coordinator before.
That's right.
But getting the 6th with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. He is now officially the University of North Carolina's head coach of their football program. So,
yeah, man.
Not a job in the NFL, but a job that he secured in college, in the collegiate sport. And that's a big move. As you guys know, there's been some drummings of possibly him maybe going to the Dallas Cowboys or another NFL team, but that's not going to happen. He's going to go the collegiate route. Yep. What is your take on that? At least
for the time being, right? So my take on that one, Transformer, is I think it's a really good look, and especially in this new era of NIL, transfer portal, all that stuff, they can turn a program around quickly. Obviously, we've seen Coach Prime do it. He's the main example. Not saying Coach Belichick has the charisma of a Coach Prime, but he may be one of the most brilliant football minds we've ever seen in the history of the game. And so I think that North Carolina will be instantly competitive here, and there's a couple reasons. I was listening to some podcasts and stuff earlier, and one of the things I heard was that one of the conditions was that there's going to be 2 separate staffs on this program, one for him and his coaches, and another one for recruiting, because obviously we don't expect Bill Belichick at 71, 72 to be flying around everywhere all the time, putting all that energy into recruiting. Right now, I would assume that if there's a prospect on the hook and kind of on the fence about it, then he shows up with his bag with a Super Bowl ring, smacks him in the face with it, and says, "Sign here." Yeah. But I would think that if I'm a player and I want a really good opportunity to learn, be prepared, and go to the NFL and to know what it takes to have success on that level, Bill Belichick's a guy I'd want to play for. And a lot of people talk about maybe his attitude or whatever. He might not be able to connect with young people, but from all the players that I've heard over his tenure with the Patriots, not that I'm in those locker rooms or anything, but just hearing stuff, they all say that he's a really funny guy and he's a player's coach and he's a good guy. It's just that you don't see that when he's interacting with the media. Yeah.
And I think that's what it takes, man. You actually have to be in that locker room. Of course, we only see the podium version of Bill Belichick. The one-liners, like, well, that was a good play, and that's what we're on to the next game. If that's your question, then that's just going to be your question. I'm just going to give the answer the way I want to give the answer. That's the Bill that we know. That's the Bill that we know. So
yes, correct.
I think it's going to be curious. I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to battle the new and growing ego of these kids in NIL deals. That's what I'm curious about.
Well, he's been in the NFL for all these years, right? So,
excuse me. But it's different when you got grown men who kind of have matured to that point. Not high schoolers coming into college, right? There's a difference between an 18, 19-year-old, and you're trying to, teach them the way you were teaching 22, 23, 30-year-olds. And
I got the plan for that.
So on. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be curious to see, because these kids getting NIL deals. They'll yell transfer portal real quick. So I think I don't think Bill Belichick is going to go the 5-star route because he wants to keep that to a minimum. I think he's going to find those grit and grind guys and mature those guys into what he built in New England. And
well, you will need some five-star guys, though. You'll need some of those, but I do get.
But
what
I think
you're saying.
those guys are like linemen or stuff like that. The ones that are not in the showboaters, right? Like your 5-star receivers and stuff like that. He might be like, I'll get a 4-star, right? I don't want to deal with the NIL and the locker room, like all that mess. You know what I mean? Bill Belichick has never been about noise. The moment he hears noise in that locker room in New England, you're gone.
Yeah,
easily.
That's true. Yeah,
so I'm curious, man. I'm curious to see, but excited for him though.
No doubt. Salam Sneed, good to see you here, brother. So I think the easy way to handle that, right, is Bill Belichick's an older guy. We know that, but as I said, he's still a player's coach. But what you do is you have a liaison between yourself and these young players, right? You have a guy that's younger that can maybe deliver the message in a way that it will be more easily received by them, and someone that can really that they can identify with a little more, right? That's all you do. You say, hey, Coach G, man, I'm having a hard time getting through the transformer, man. Why don't you go over there and deliver the message for me? You know what I need. Let's get him to do it. Like, that's all. That's how that works, right? You get a liaison if you can't always talk to someone directly. And I think that that'll work. So that's what I think that's what he needs to do, and I think he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I like that. Let's address Laker Nation's question here real quick. What if you had to choose between Coach Belichick or Coach Prime? Who would they sign with?
Depends on. I mean, both are.
If the quarterback is 5-star, Prime. If the receiver is 5-star, Prime. If it's a running back who's 5-star, Prime.
You think
anybody else? Bill Belichick. I think if you want the glamour, the glory, the lights to be on you, you're gonna go to Prime route, right? If you're that guy, that superstar out of high school, you looking to win Heisman, it's more about you than it is building a team. You're gonna go the Prime route. Linemen, like defensive linemen, edge rushers, linebackers, those type of guys, they're gonna go to Bill Belichick because they want that championship mindset, that That's DNA, right. That defensive head coach. I've been there. I've done it 8 times. I've got 8 reasons why you should listen to me. I mean, even though Prime has his reasons, but
no, I get it. He's a Hall of Famer as well. I totally
Hall of Famer, multiple Super Bowl champion. But coaching it is different. Prime got it with his talent, right?
Right.
Bill got it with his knowledge. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna be. I think that's I like that's that. A good question right there, Laker Nation.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's gonna be. I think that.
Yeah, I think that it's just it's no, I think you're exactly right. It's going to depend on your position and what you're looking for, but I think Belichick is going to do just fine. I think he's going to do just fine. Alexander X was good. Good to see. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, definitely hit the like button, y'all. See what you're saying, Transformer. Sneed says,
Coach. Yeah. I mean, that's his specialty. You know what I mean? Like, granted, Coach Prime is smart. He's a smart individual.
Yeah.
But he's more of that showboatish coach, right? Bill, we all know how Bill Belichick is. It's team first, team heavy, defensive minded. Tough. That tough, like quiet, like do your job or you're out of here, right? But yeah, I think he'll definitely be like the linebackers. Players like that. Like I think UNC in the next couple of years defense is going to be stout because all them boys want to get that knowledge from Bill. Like, oh no, man, he said them. You see them New England team, Tom Brady damn had a top 5 defense every time he won a Super Bowl, right? Like, how did he put that together? Bill's going to get the guys that fit his system, quiet guys that are about teamwork. I literally just said it, Laker Nation. I agree. Right, but Bill was a defensive mind, brilliant in his schemes and ways to make guys look really good. I agree. I definitely agree with you, Sneed. Definitely agree. Big defensive mind, one of the greatest defensive minds we've ever seen in the NFL. Not good at picking talent,
but that's why he's
that's why he got other guys.
A whole different department just for recruiting, right? And I'm sure
exactly
they're going to have a whole bunch, their whole nother section just to deal with compliance and academics and running the program and all that. He's there for football, so it's all good. I will say too that I think I saw something saying that what he was trying to finagle in his contract was that when he moves on, that his son is going to be in waiting for the head coaching job. Obviously, they can't put that in writing because that will violate, workplace ethics and practices. But
wow! So this is a setup move.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's
Okay.
supposed to be bringing Matt Patricia with him, and I think his OC is going to be Josh McDaniels' brother. So
Yeah. So you're saying Prime is not the same? Not the same? What?
Gosh,
Stop it! Transformer Prime.
nah,
winner.
Bruce just looking for
I
a
didn't
reason
say
to
he wasn't
argue.
a winner.
He just looking for a reason to argue. Don't even worry about it. He's
I'm like,
just
wait,
looking for a
what,
reason
did
to
I
argue.
disrespect Prime? I gave Prime his love and flowers too, brother.
All right, so this was supposed to be a quick hit, but as we're here, Alexander X, why would you say it's just the facts that the vast majority would play for Prime? I am curious to hear this. I mean, Belichick is arguably the greatest coach who ever did it. Arguably, I'm not saying definitively, but
yeah,
I am curious to know that you're saying that's the facts that the vast majority would rather play for Coach Prime.
The ones that you will see in the media will.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander X, I'm speaking on your behalf. I mean, speaking to you. The vast majority of the ones that we see in the media, they're going to go to Prime. Like I said earlier, Bill is not the media guy. He's not a big show. Like, you're coming here to showboat, time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Prime will accept all that. Showboat all you want, as long as you're playing good on that field. Bill is just more behind the scenes, team first. So you're going to see him get more of those guys that, or like, still 4 or 5 star recruits, but those guys are, to themselves, team first, not in the media. Real defensive, real mind. That mindset is just a whole lot different. I think if you look at Prime's teams, I mean, even if you look at Jackson State or you look at Colorado, they're flamboyant, right? They're more flamboyant. You look everywhere Bill Belichick was, nothing is flamboyant about that system.
Except Gronk.
Right. Except Gronk. Yeah, you couldn't.
Right.
His own daddy couldn't control him. That's crazy. But yeah. I have a quick hit. RPSU playing in that whiteout game.
Yeah.
They play Penn State, right?
Yeah, they play Penn State. And you know what? I picked Penn State to win that game. And I think by all rational reason, they should win that game. But you know what? I am now real quick switching gears. I'm rooting for Penn State in this one. Not Penn State, SMU. Because even though I think with my brain that SMU shouldn't win, James Franklin was talking a little greasy and took a slick shot at Notre Dame. I don't appreciate that. So yeah.
Slick shot.
I didn't send it to you. The other day he was talking about everyone should play in a conference and play for a conference championship. I'm like, shut up, man.
I didn't get that.
In the last 7 years, Notre Dame and Penn State have played for the same amount of conference championship games. So he could hold that.
Hey,
Marcus Freeman. Well, let's put it this way. Marcus Freeman is in his 3rd year as head coach at Notre Dame. James Franklin's in his 11th at Penn State. And James Franklin has one more top 10 ranked win than Marcus Freeman does, man. He needs to stop. Cut that out, man. I'm not feeling that.
So
but
you
anyway.
have another reason other than I think just they're just choke artists.
Yeah,
you lose.
You took a shot. You took a shot at my boys too. Bruce, you're my guy, man. But sometimes you be arguing just to argue, man. Nobody said anything about Prime not being a winner or Prime not being an outstanding coach, man. Come on,
man. He chose to come after my neck, man. he chose it.
But I will say, Bruce, there's no way you can tell me that you're comparing Coach Prime and Coach Belichick. Like, come on, man. That's not close. Stop. That's not close.
From a coaching perspective, let's get it.
Yeah, that's of course.
Yeah.
Alexander X, this was his response. Players respond better to a guy that played versus one that didn't. We've seen Bill without Brady revealed the truth. Hence, Cleveland and New England fired. Prime has never been fired. True indeed, but at the end of the day, I get what you're saying, but do we think that Brady is what he is without Belichick? Like, yes, Brady, by virtue of winning without Belichick, has demonstrated that he was more the reason. But even if it's 60-40, that's still solid, right? Yeah. Belichick still has 6 chips as a head coach and 2 as an assistant, right? If he's not the assistant in freaking, in New York, the tuna, Bill Parcells, doesn't have any titles, right? Because Bill Parcells has coached other places and he hasn't won. So Belichick, this is what I mean when I say he's arguably the greatest football mind ever. At least at the coach position. So
Hey, I love you, Brucey number 2.
Yeah, my bad, Laker Nation. Hey, you open that door, my brother. You open that door. I had to walk through it. All right.
Well, we made that. I told you know what? I said this is gonna be more than a quick hit. I'm like, man, you should
yeah, it wasn't even supposed to go that way.
That's a topic,
right?
That is a topic, man.
That might actually have to be a topic.
Yeah, I mean, once we get like the contracts and everything gets finalized, I mean, we could dive a little bit more deeper.
Yeah, we can,
especially as we get into the postseason of the NBA.
No doubt.
The college football.
All right, you ready to do it? Let's get to the pick 'em, man. Let's get to topic number 1.
Yes, sir. Topic number 1, baby. Here we go. All right. So week 14 was wrapped up this past weekend as the Bengals trifled I almost said the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals trifled the Dallas Cowboys in a block punt that so happened to be touched by a Cowboy stupidly, and then recovered by the Cincinnati Bengals. So they go on to win the game 27-20, I believe, and which ends our last week and got the total of Brucey, how Bruce likes to call you, has 8 wins on the week, while the Transformer has 10. Your mistake. So,
shout out Transformer. Great week,
man, I do what it do, right? I do what it do. You made a couple of risky picks, man. I mean, you chose Chicago over San Fran. That was one. Your Chargers over Kansas City. That was the 2. I mean, other than that, we were pretty much neck and neck until we got towards the end of Sunday. You just started losing them back to back, and they got ugly. All right. But moving on into a new week, we're gonna go into this Thursday night's football game. I believe you know what? I think the media and the fans complain to the NFL just enough to get them right with these Amazon Prime games, right? These Amazon Prime games
been great, huh?
Have been great. So I think we're in for another great one. Divisional game. Los Angeles Rams are going to be traveling to The Los Angeles Rams are going to be traveling to San Francisco. San Francisco favored -3, which in seems means it's a pick'em game for Vegas. Who do you have on this one?
Man, this is really tough. These divisional matchups, man. San Francisco looked so good last week, monkey stomping the Bears, man. They beat the brakes off of those dudes, and that might have been just the pickup that they need. And but the Rams won that shootout with the Bills, so they're feeling good. So
yes, this might be a class of the Titans game,
because I don't even know, man. That's tough. I don't even know.
I would go with Los Angeles here. San Fran, I don't know who's running the ball now. Right.
That's a good point.
They are down all 3 of their running backs. I believe Garendo has a foot sprain, so he's not going to play this weekend. Of course, we know Chris McCaffrey is out. Jordan Mason is out. So who's really next up at the running back position? So I see this being another shootout. Not sure if Nick Bosa is going to be able to come back. Trent Williams, of course, he's dealing with family matters. So with those type of weapons out, and we just saw the Rams put up 48 points. No, was it 48 or 44? I think it was 44. 44 points. I'm going to go with Los Angeles on the road to beat the 49ers.
Man, that's tough. 49ers are fighting to stay in playoff contention here.
Yeah.
I think the Rams are 7-6, the Niners are 6-7, the Cardinals are 6-7, and the Seahawks are 8-5. Yeah. So that division is very, very competitive, and I'm sure the NBA would have it. The NFL would have it no other way.
Game 1, and they got you stumped, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with the Niners here.
Okay.
They're at home, coming off a huge win. Deebo Samuels has had only 97 yards from scrimmage in the last 4 games. And I think Brock Purdy and Coach Shanahan are probably going to make a concerted effort to feed one of their most dynamic and versatile weapons to the football on a regular basis. And Puka Nacua, I think, set a rookie record with 15 catches against the 49ers last year. So I'm sure the Niners are not going to try to see him go off again like that. So
Which
they'll probably make an effort. Puka Nacua. I think he's got like Cooper Kupp.
No.
Who are you talking about?
Kyron the Siren. Woo! Go Irish.
Go Irish. No doubt. No doubt. But I think you got to try and do your best to take Puka Nacua out of the game. He's got like over 450 receiving yards over the past 4 games. So clearly they're going to focus on him. I'm going to go with the 49ers here. I think they're going to try and make these guys play one-handed, and I think they're going to make that concerted effort to get Debo the ball and really get him involved early and often. So I'm going to go with the 49ers at home.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Laker Nation says Greenlaw is back. Of course, Greenlaw hasn't been there since the running off the sideline injury in the Super Bowl. I didn't mean laugh at that. That's not a laughing matter. Right. But, you know, he tried to run out to the sideline, and I think, was he no, I think he was going in the game or he was celebrating. He was doing 1 or 2. Celebrating. And he ended up hurting himself, and he hasn't been back. So him coming back on this game, that's a little – because we had no conditioning. Like, you haven't been in the trenches all season. That could be tough for Greenlaw, so I wouldn't be too excited about him returning. You may see flashes. If he plays, he might play 40% of the snaps. You know what I mean? I don't think he plays a lot, you know, because, I mean, his conditioning can't be nowhere near ready. We're in week 15, and he's just now getting back. Yeah, still no Trent, man. That's the key. When you're trying to stop, you know, that defensive front with Jared Verse, you know, my Florida State boys out there in the Rams, you're gonna need him, right? You're gonna need him because I'm pretty sure they're gonna send a lot of pressure. Like I said, San Fran just has no running game right now. You know, we don't know. Nope. Can y'all tell me who your running back's gonna be? I mean, y'all are the fans, so
they don't have a name brand running game. But you know, Shanahan can dial up a running game, right?
He can scheme it. He could definitely scheme it for sure.
I'm not going to say me, but you could go out there and get 60 yards because they scheme it up so well. They scheme it up so well. So,
but I need Trent though to give me them 60.
No doubt.
I need Trent.
Yeah.
All right.
So Leonard, real quick note: Leonard Floyd has 5.5 sacks in his last 4 games, and the Niners had 7 sacks total last week. Granted, the Bears O-line is terrible, but that's something to look at. They may be able to try and put some pressure on Matt Stafford. So there you go.
Yeah, true. And he played for the Rams just last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a former Rammer. Man, that didn't come out right. But yeah. No,
real quick. You know how they did the Super Bowl, you know how they did the Super Bowl shuffle song for the Bears back in the 80s, right?
I was born in 1990. No.
Holy crap. Jeez, you make me feel so old all the time. So I know Bruce remembers this. I don't know who else does, but in the 80s, it was the 1985 season, the year that the Bears won the Super Bowl. Yeah. They did a 80s style rap song called the Super Bowl Shuffle, and like all the starters had a quick little 4 bars or whatever. It's cool. Look it up on YouTube. It's corny now, but it was cool then. Anyway, the point is,
kind of like what LeBron was doing in Florida State?
Something like that, but you'll see when you see it. But the point is, the Rams did one too, and it was called like Ram It, and it made me think about that when you said what you So so yeah, check that out when we get offline.
Not on duty.
All right, let's get to the next
duty.
There you go, Bruce. You already know. I know you know about the Super Bowl shuffle. I know you know.
I'm trying to see because they're saying that Geraldo would be the running back. He's still listed as questionable, so. They got Trent out, and they say Greenlaw is going to be out as well against the Rams.
There you go. They may not be.
Let me know where y'all getting your information from, guys. That's report I still got. Greenlaw, Trent Williams out, Mustafa's out, Garendo and Nick Bosa are still questionable. So y'all let me know where you're getting your information from. Not that I don't believe you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm seeing. All right, so we spent a lot of time on Thursday. Let's get to the actual games on Sunday. Right. We're going to start off with the 1 o'clocks. Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl champions, are going to be traveling to Cleveland, Ohio, not because of the snow, but because they have to play Cleveland. They're favored by 4.5 on the road in Ohio. Who do you have in this one?
I'm going to go. I want to go Cleveland.
Because me too. Okay, you're not the only one. Okay,
winning like this. But the problem is, man, Jameis with the turnovers, he can't not give the ball away. So even when he has a monster game, he's still going to throw the picks. And so to me, That's a problem, and so I'm gonna play it safe and go Kansas City here.
Yeah,
I
I think
want to say Cleveland, but I gotta play it safe because of the turnovers.
this may be one of them trap games. But I
Mhm.
believe if Joe Flacco was the quarterback, I would pick Cleveland. But like you said, with it being Winston, he'll give the ball back too much, and that's a team.
Excuse me.
Spags, like you don't get a ball back, Spags. You know, like he's gonna go ball hunting, and you're giving that ball to number 15 over and over and over again. He's gonna find a way to make you pay. So I'm gonna stick with Cleveland on that one too. The next one, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm just going to click Cincinnati for you. We can skip over that.
Correct.
I'm not even going to waste our breath.
That's correct.
Cincinnati's beating Tennessee. Just for those viewers that are out there, it was Cincinnati at Tennessee. We're going to move on. The next one. I don't know if Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is out for the season. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think Spencer Rattler is supposed to be starting this game if he can go.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler is going to be starting, but Washington is going to be traveling to New Orleans. Washington favored by 7.5 points on the road. Washington is going to win, and win why, Bruce?
Because Jaden Daniels is going to have a whole bunch of his LSU people at the game. No, I think they're just I think they're a good football team. Jaden Daniels obviously has slowed down from his freaking, Superman type start, but still he's playing well enough, and I just think they're the better team here.
Yeah.
They can throw it, they can run it, they can play some defense. They're going to win this game.
Gotcha. Laker Nation, is the San Francisco Chronicle, is that private? Like, do I have to pay for that, or can I just look that up? Just a question. All right. So I got Washington, huh?
I said it might be free, like maybe your first 3 articles or something like that.
That's,
might be one
you know what?
things.
That's what I meant, Bruce. That's exactly what I meant, because I know Milwaukee and stuff like the Green Bay, they got one, but you can only see like 3 or 4 before you got to pay a subscription and stuff like that. That's exactly what I meant, Bruce. Thank you. Yeah, I got Washington just for all the same reasons. Number 5. All right, Brucey, you in the chat? Brucey, you watching? We're just gonna go ahead and click Baltimore here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna choose Baltimore. we ain't gonna be dummies. We ain't stupid. All right. Baltimore Ravens coming off a bye week.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Y'all got to get some steam. It came at the perfect time, man. That bye week came at the perfect time, Brucey. It came at the perfect time. Got the New York Giants. We're gonna choose to whip their ass. New York
Listen,
Central.
That's a game Baltimore really needs to use as a. Baltimore really needs to use that game as a tune-up for the following week because they got the Steelers coming in the house. So,
yeah. I think this is a wash. Baltimore finished wreck shop on these boys. It's not even going to be close. What are they favorite? They favored by 16.5. And they're on the road.
They can do that.
This is going to be a blowout of massive proportions. We're going to move on over to the next game. Dallas is going to be traveling to Carolina. Carolina at home is favored by 3 points. Who do you have in this one?
Carolina, man. Carolina.
I believe Carolina can win.
Yeah, Bryce Young is playing a lot better, and Carolina's been doing a fair job of running the football all year, and they've just been competitive overall. Oh my gosh, 99 clubbing, man. Jesus Christ. Carolina's been competitive since Bryce Young came back from getting benched. So, I think they're going to win this game, man. Dallas they don't have a lot. Although they have been playing better as of late, I just don't think they have a lot. So I'm going to go with Carolina here. I'm going to go with home, too.
I like Carolina, too. I think in my opinion, I think they were, in a sense, robbed when they played Philly in that game-winning drive that they could have made. But that was a tough call by calling that a drop by that South Carolina receiver. Is it Levet? Levet? But like I said, they showed some grit against Philly. I think they can definitely beat Dallas. Dallas is going to be down again, another weapon. He tore 3 parts of his knee. How you tear the ACL, MCL, and the PCL? That's tough, man. He just came off of an injury previous year.
Total reconstruction.
Yeah. So I mean, prayers for the fella. That's going to be tough. But yeah, I got Carolina here, man. I like what Bryce Young has been doing. I thought I would never hear me ever say Bryce Young.
I know, right?
Pick Bryce Young over the opposing quarterback in a game, but this time I will. Definitely believe it. New York Jets are going to be traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars with the Jets favorite -3.5 on the road. I'm going to go ahead and click the Jets for both of us here.
That's correct.
Yep.
They've been playing better lately. They haven't been winning, but that's what happens when you're not a winning team, right? You don't know how to do the little things to close games out, but they're better than Jacksonville. Jacksonville just is bad.
It's just awful. I mean, they won a 10-6 win against Tennessee Titans. Miami, even though they're officially eliminated from the playoffs, I mean, you still have a 4-time MVP over there with his weapons, and I just think that this could be another blowout. They only favor about 3.5. It's kind of weird to me, but I think they definitely win by double digits. I think this is just one of them games you kind of just letting out all your aggression, like, damn it, we got eliminated, and Aaron Rodgers never touched the ball in overtime, and boom, and I think they cook them. I think they cook them in this game. Oops, snap! I'm clicking the next one. All right, this next one's going to be good to me. Miami is going to be traveling to Houston to play Houston. This is the last 1:00 game of the day. The Houston Rockets, the Houston Texans are favored by 3 points.
Ooh, that's just the home field spread. That's a tough one.
That's a pick 'em.
Man, this is tough. This is
They
tough.
both fighting too.
Yeah. But the plus is that Houston has the benefit of being in a worse division, right? So
very, very bad division.
Edward, you're right. Aaron Rodgers finally did throw for over 300 yards. I think that was last week. He had a good game, but it still doesn't look anywhere near what he once was. Anyway, I'm going to go with Houston here just by virtue of being the home team. Yeah. That's all I got. Plus, what's his name? D'Amico Ryans being the good defensive coach that he is, he's going to find a way to slow down that offense a bit. But, yeah, I'm going to just go with Houston here.
Okay, you'll go Houston. I'm going to choose Miami. I'm going to go Miami. I'm going to choose them. It's something it's all about gut, right? Miami's still fighting. Like they're fighting to get in that spot. Houston is more like, I think we're good. You know what I mean? So I think that mentality could cause Houston to lose, even though they're coming off of a bye week. So Houston coming off of a bye week. And Miami is kind of sitting there hungry, just got a nice overtime win against the New York Jets, eliminated a team. So I think they're feeling pretty spicy that, we can go in Houston, we can get another win and, push to make the playoffs, which will be crazy enough to make that hold to a contract make so much sense. Because if they come back and fight back and make the playoffs, that to a contract made sense.
Well, you already know that I've had to eat my words on that one. So
yeah, that's gonna be tough. But I'm gonna go Miami here. Oh no, you picked Houston. I'm sorry, I clicked on Miami for you. I picked Miami. All right, we're gonna move on over to the 425 games. Indianapolis Colts are gonna be traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. The Broncos favored by 4 points at home. Who do you have, and why did you pick Denver?
I got the Broncos. They're doing a solid job running the football. As well, they're playing pretty good defense. They've been one of the better defensive teams all year, and Bo Nix is really kind of coming into his own. If he realistically continues to play like this, you might have co-offensive rookies of the year, or he might even catch Jaden Daniels. Like Bo Nix is playing some good ball, so that's why I am going to go with the Broncos.
Yeah, I agree, and that defense is going to be feasting on Anthony Richardson and all the reckless decisions that he makes on the football field. As you know, to me, since I've seen him play at Florida, I don't think the kid's ready. And you're going against the number one defense in the league. They about to show you why, right? Bo Nix is like you said, he's just playing within his scheme. Him and Sean Payton, they're doing a great job with keeping things on the ground, making things look a little bit easier for him. And I think they could definitely. Funny, they're favored only by 4 points. That kind of puzzles me a little bit because I think they could definitely beat Indianapolis soundingly, but just off their defense alone, I think they can slow everything down, keep it out JT's hands, Jonathan Taylor, keep it out of his hands and force it to where they eliminate the run game early. So that's my opinion. But I got Denver as well. All right. Now these next two games are going to be funny. Buffalo Bills are going to be traveling to Detroit, with Detroit favored by 2.5, meaning Vegas is pulling for Buffalo to win this football game. Why do you pick Buffalo?
Why do I pick Buffalo? So you're telling me who I pick already, huh?
Yep. Come on, man. Vegas is laying up that money right there for you.
I pick Buffalo because they're coming off a heartbreaking loss. I don't think they want to follow that up with another one. They're trying to keep pace and make sure they get that number 2 overall seed in the AFC playoffs. And Detroit has been riddled with injury all year. So that's why I'm going to pick Buffalo. Josh Allen is balling out here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to pick Buffalo.
I mean, 6 touchdowns, 3 in the air, 3 on the ground. He's a force. He's a wrecking force right now.
That's a great point.
More so, boy, this is going to be a tough game. However, Detroit has shown that they're beatable as well when they played the Green Bay Packers.
That's right.
So I think Buffalo goes in with that mentality, like, okay, y'all almost lost at home against Green Bay, so y'all are beatable, and we just got the defense just got hooked for us last game. So I think they come out there with a better attitude, look to slow down the passing game for Jared Goff, and Josh Allen just does Josh Allen-ish things against that Detroit Lions linebacker, whatever left of the linebacker and defensive tackle position. I think he's just going to carve them up off his legs alone. So I'm curious to see what they have them over under on rushing yards, because right now, the way I'm looking at Detroit, I'm taking the over on whatever they got for Josh Allen on the rushing yards. But yeah, I agree. I'll go with Buffalo here. All right. We're going to move on over to, this is another good one for me. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles' hometown, while Philly is favored by 5.5 points. Who do you got in this one?
Oh, man. Are there some great games this week or what?
Yes,
man?
They are.
Yo,
yes.
The NFL schedulers, they're doing some good stuff here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Philadelphia here.
Nice.
As good, as well as Pittsburgh's been playing, man. I think Philadelphia's been playing just a cut above their defense right now. And not to say that Pittsburgh, like, they're pretty well matched.
Yeah.
But I am going to go I am going to go with Philadelphia. I think they're just playing so well on both sides of the ball. Saquon's doing his thing. They can throw it. They can stop you. Just outstanding.
Yeah, no, true. I like it. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. Who did Philly beat earlier this year that's in your division?
Baltimore.
Precisely. Pittsburgh doesn't want to fall in that same boat. Pittsburgh is trying to keep that one leg above you guys, because now they got to play y'all next week. Pittsburgh can't suffer back-to-back losses. Mike Tomlin not going to let that happen. I tell you right now, if Pittsburgh loses against Philly, I might have to pick Pittsburgh against Baltimore next week. So I think they go and they look at that. They look at the game on how they slowed down Baltimore. And Mike Tomlin, like I said, I just love him as a coach. He's going to scheme up something to slow down Philly to make it more favorable for him in that defense and Russell Wilson getting the ball back. So I think it's definitely going to be one of them. I think this might be the closest game in the week, if you ask me. One of the closest low-scoring games.
I think
lot of defense, a lot of tough grit,
defense.
a lot of defense, a lot of tough grit yards. But I think Pittsburgh should pull this one out. If they don't, boy, that pick them for next week and they roll into Baltimore.
Oof.
That's gonna be a very, very tough game for me to pick. So I'm gonna pick Pittsburgh to beat Philly this week. It is, but that'll just because I told you I was gonna pick Baltimore because Pittsburgh won the first one. I said y'all were gonna split, but Pittsburgh cannot suffer back-to-back losses because that puts y'all right back into the saddle.
Yeah, why can't they? They could.
I mean, they could, but I'm just saying they don't want to. They
No,
seriously
they
don't want to.
Not at all.
This
Not at
ain't
all.
the time to be doing it, especially
Mhm.
when Baltimore has a cake game before their game,
Mhm.
right? So I think Pittsburgh can handle this one. We're gonna get to a not so easily pickable game. Well, a much more easy pickable game. The New England Patriots are going to be traveling to Arizona. Arizona favored by 6. I'm gonna go ahead and click Arizona for you. You know what? I'm gonna go England. You know what? I want to pick New England because Arizona just been pissing. Every time I pick Arizona, they lose.
Well, that's
So if I
because
pick Arizona, go ahead and pick New England. You might win.
they're not trustworthy, so I wouldn't even be concerned about it.
Sheesh. Who do you got?
I've got New England.
Yeah.
I think they defend well. You can't believe I don't trust Marvin Harrison Jr. Kyler Murray's plays up and down, and I still see what's my guy's name? The rookie quarterback. Cannot remember.
Drake May.
Drake May. Thank you. Yes, Drake May is. What do you call it? Drake May is. He's playing really well and he's coming along. It's just quiet because the team is so bad and because they don't have weapons.
Yeah. And I think they just let the receiver Osborne walk. They just release him to the waiver wire as well. I want you to have one, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick Arizona just so New England can win. I just care to be different. Maybe this time Arizona will make me right. No reason why I'm gonna pick Arizona is just because you pick New England.
Fair enough.
No reason than that, man.
That's fair.
All right. Baker, touchdown maker, is going to be traveling to Los Angeles to play Jim Harbaugh and the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's going to be another crazy game right there.
Oh, it ends crazy.
That's a tough game right there because Baker and Tampa Bay are playing well right now. Although Baker, he's got to chill with the turnovers as well. But they're playing well overall. Like we talked about last week, I'm surprised that they still have an opportunity to win this division. Now, that's more the fact of Atlanta kind of collapsing. But regardless, early on, it looked like Atlanta was going to run away with the division. And now it looks like they being the Bucs have a legitimate chance to win it. And so just looking at this game here, man, this is a tough one. I want to say that the Chargers because of the way that they defend.
Yeah.
But man, this is tough. I'm gonna go with the Bucs here, man. I'm gonna go with the Bucs on the road. Baker, touchdown maker. I'm looking for a big game from Baker Mayfield, completing more than 70% of his passes on the year. Really having a heck of a season despite losing his two primary weapons for most of the way. Fourth in the league in passing yards, just really playing well. Like I said, he could tone down the picks. He's in double figures with that. He's got 13 picks, but overall, very solid season, man. So I'm gonna go with the Bucs here to pull this upset.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Okay,
simply because you lost by a doink.
They did lose by a doink. That's true.
You lost by a doink.
That is true.
I know Jim on that sideline. Like I know good and god darn well football guys didn't get these boys a doink. And this is how I lost. Okay. I gotta cook whoever comes up next. So I think they're really gonna try to run the ball at Tampa Bay hard this week. As you know, they didn't run the ball particularly well last week. I believe they had 93, 94 yards in total.
Right.
And you know Jim's forte, he likes to run the football. So
yeah,
I think they're
I was about to say they want to run it, but J.K. Dobbins, I think, is hurt. And Gus Edwards, he's doing what he can. They want to run it and they're getting the attempts, but they're not racking up the yards the way they would like to. And I think, I think Tampa Bay is strong enough against the run that they can keep that under control and not let the Chargers really start going off. Right. So if you do that and then you kind of clamp down on Ladd McConkey, who is their number one receiver, you got a chance to beat these guys.
Yeah. And I believe he was hurt last week, wasn't he? I don't think Ladd played. I think Ladd didn't play last week.
Okay.
So I have him in fantasy, and I want to say I had him on my bench because he wasn't available.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if Lad plays, this may be a game where Jim just goes like, "All right, buddy, time to showcase why you're the quarterback. Justin Herbert, come on, go sling it." Right? My forte is a run game, but you remember them couple of games where I didn't let you throw the football because we ran the football 40 times. All right, I need you to go throw it 40 times. You know what I mean? So it may be one of those games where Jim just confuses Todd Bowles a little bit, off of his pedestal a little bit. But I think the Chargers have enough to come away with a win. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers here.
Mm-hmm.
This final one is a doozy, but I got no reason to go other than the Green Way. Green Bay is going to be traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks with Green. Oh, I lost my thing here. Green Bay favored by 3 on the road at Seattle. See, I don't like that. Before you go, I don't like that. Right? Vegas, why y'all planting that right there? Y'all want people to take Green Bay now.
Yeah,
they want us to. That's a Vegas trap. I want to pick Seattle now. That's a Vegas trap.
It might well be just that.
But go ahead, man. Who you got, brother?
I got Green Bay here coming off the loss. Like, Seattle's a good team, especially at home. But I got Green Bay coming off this loss because they know they can't afford to go back any further, getting down here towards the end of the season. Yeah, I'm going to go with Green Bay going on the road and getting this win. They need it. They're trying to get right for the playoff run. They need it. I mean, of course, Seattle needs it as well, but I think Green Bay feels like they probably need it more. This is a good football team. I think they have the better quarterback. Josh Jacobs is doing a good job running the football, and so they're going to put a lot of pressure on Seattle to stop the run. And then, of course, geez, I'm losing it. You guys' quarterback, Green Bay's quarterback,
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, thank you. I don't know what's going on here. Jordan Love. Okay. Going to be in position to go bombs away over the top once everybody comes up to try and stop
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. Yes.
I got you, brother. I'm right here.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay as well. This is a potential playoff matchup. That's a great point. You know, Green Bay is number 6. Right now, Seattle sits at 3. So we'll end up meeting in the playoffs if the playoffs were to end today. So this is a possible matchup. But I'm going to go with Green Bay just because it's Green Bay, right? I got to stay home. I'm going to go home. I'm going to stay that way always. I think the only time I didn't pick Green Bay. Did we play the Ravens this week? I don't think we played the Ravens this year. Who did I pick Green Bay against? I forget. It was somewhere early in the season. I didn't pick Green Bay. But, I got Green Bay winning this one. Like I said, potential playoff matchup. And we just came off of a nail-biter against Detroit. And we've been doing pretty well up on the road. And I think we can definitely throw some things at Geno to make it a little bit more tough for him. So I'm going to go with Green Bay here.
Okay.
All right. That pretty much tops off Sunday right there. A lot of loaded football games to keep you guys tuned into the TV on Sunday. And then Monday, you can go ahead and keep your TVs off because the Bears are going to be traveling to Minnesota to play the Minnesota Vikings just to lose. And then the Atlanta Falcons, another trash game, is going to be playing against the Las Vegas Raiders. Who do you have on the Monday night snooze fests?
All right, so we know Minnesota's Bears, right?
Yep.
They could beat the Bears. The only other thing I can about the second game, to me, that's totally dependent on who's starting at quarterback, man. Because Kirk Cousins, I don't know what the hell happened to him. He fell off the cliff. It might be over for him. And Las Vegas also doesn't have a quarterback. You know what? But they're still competing. I'm gonna go with the Raiders here. Yeah, I said it.
It was all good until that day you picked the Falcons.
Oh my goodness!
It was all good, but we was floating, riding high. Falcon fly, whatever they want to say over there. Dirty bird, you know what I mean? Falcons, you know what I mean? 6-3 on cloud 9. Not at 6-7, bro. What happened? Bruce ended up picking the Falcons to win a football game
me for that, man.
in week 10. And ever since then, Atlanta has not
to win the division. How about I'm bullish on the Falcons. I'm bullish on Atlanta. Yeah,
but was I wrong to that point? You jinxed me, bro. You jinxed the
I ain't
team
jinxed
that
you,
I
man.
picked. You had your little Brucey voodoo, right? You went over there.
Wow.
That
I
Notre
definitely
Dame,
have,
that look
man.
at the Irish. You know what I
Oh my
mean?
gosh,
Went
really?
did you Mr. Miyagi and said, let's hurt the
Wow.
Falcons real quick. I'm gonna go with the Falcons here, man. I can't let up, bro. I picked them. I picked against them last week because they was playing Minnesota. That's why. But I think they got enough. If this game, Kirk Cousins doesn't look good by the first half, we're gonna see Michael Penix in the second half.
Well, I tell you what, man. Herm Edwards needs to go down and talk to these guys, man. He needs to go talk to the Falcons.
You play to win the game.
Because I don't know what they're doing. They're not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
They not, man. It's been ugly out there in Falcon world.
Yeah.
Oh no, you picked Vegas. I'm sorry, I clicked on yours.
I picked the Raiders.
You picked Minnesota and the Raiders, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you picked Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so I got yours right. All right, cool. It was mine that I'm messing up. I picked Minnesota and I'm gonna pick the Falcons. I picked the Chargers and I picked Green Bay. Okay, cool. All right, making sure I ain't get anything mixed up here. But yeah, I'm can't lose 5 in a row, right? You can't lose 5 in a row.
I don't even know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
We lose 5 in a row. I'm gonna have to jump ship, bro. I'm gonna have to jump ship.
And you gonna have to jump ship?
I'm
already, man.
I'm gonna have to pick a different bird.
Man, I picked those dudes twice. I said, man, Transform me done set me up, man. Nah, I ain't rocking with these cats.
It was all good until you brought your behind over here, ruining the party. You know what I mean? We were having fun, not you see folks getting, called into the nest of troubles. They got Jay-Z under fire. You just came over here with your mess.
Wow.
And involved me in it.
Listen, man, I ain't holding no freak offs. And if I was, I wouldn't be inviting nobody, man. Keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I'm stingy.
Yeah, wow. Hey, listen, man. Uncle Murder said you do dirt. You got to do dirt by yourself. You can't snitch on yourself.
Nah, you can't, man.
Yeah. Do dirt by yourself.
Yes, sir. All right, so that is the Week 15 pick'em, guys. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let us know if you guys got any upsets or if your favorite team is in jeopardy of losing. Brucey number 2, we know it. All right, y'all had a bye week. You're choosing the Ravens to smoke the Giants. You don't have to repeat it. But he has. As soon as I mention his name, he bumps up.
Browns.
Let me
Ravens,
see.
Jets, Panthers, Bucks, Colts, Cards, Lions, Eagles, Raiders.
Nice.
I think we're on pretty much. Okay, you picked the
He's
Lions.
on line with you. I picked the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay,
I picked against the Cardinals.
He picked the Browns over Kansas City.
I picked Kansas City in that one.
He picked Tennessee over Cincy?
Yeah, I ain't going. Well,
Yeah,
he's picking with his heart there because they're a division rival. He's picking with his heart because he's a Ravens fan.
Got it. Because I'm like, Cincy is not in the Titans division. What are you talking about? Okay.
No, in NFC North.
Gotcha. You got Carolina.
North,
got the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like it. Colts, Cards. What about the Seattle game? What about the Seattle game, Bruce? You didn't pick the last
Packers
one.
Packers and Seahawks.
Yeah. Maybe he's just saving that for last. He's like, I'm going to catch him off his pivot real quick.
Who knows?
Yeah, he didn't pick the Minnesota game either.
Minnesota but that's an easy one, right? Minnesota.
Yeah, true. I guess that's thou shall not be named type of game. No, that's interesting, man. We like it, man. Put your guys' picks up in the chat. We'll look at them. I'll comment in here and I'll jump in and out of the chat box to respond to some of you guys, man. So keep it up.
Yes.
Bruce, you got it, brother.
All right, so we're gonna move right on to the second topic. Oh, look at Transformer, good father. I love it. That's what's up. I remember when my daughter was that young, man. You have to pay her to hug and kiss me like that now.
Oh no, this one I'm definitely get my kisses every time. Now my oldest daughter,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, she be hitting me with that.
What's up, young lady?
Bruce said, "What's up, baby?"
She just came behind and posed up. How you doing? I love it. That's beautiful.
Hey, one thing about it, 2 things for sure. She gonna support the show. I ain't even meaning for that to rhyme, but I did it right on time.
Right. Well, man out here think he got boss.
Boy, but hey, bro, turn the mic on. Turn your headphones.
My
Turn your headphones up. Yeah, turn my headphones up.
Turn me up in the headphones.
Bruce, I said you guys are doing good on the podcast.
Thank you, baby. She said
Thank
we're
you.
doing good on the podcast. Oh, you heard her?
I did. We appreciate that.
He said we
So
appreciate that, baby. Thank you. Time for bed though.
Right.
You
Time
ain't
to go to
slick.
sleep. You got school in the morning.
You ain't slick.
Facts.
Keep messing with him, then we straight.
Right. I can stay up long and then be whining in the morning. Nope. I don't want to get up. I'm tired.
Just a little. Can I get a little bit more sleep? Nah. Negative. You want to support the show? This is the struggles that me and Bruce go through. Okay.
Facts. Yeah, Edward, I did notice that, but look, man, at the same time, these guys are still winning, right? Because Jalen Hurts doesn't have to play like Joe Burrow or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. He just has to kind of do him and let the game ride for the most part on Saquon because they've got a lot of weapons, they've got a lot of talent, and they have an elite defense. So, Jalen Hurts doesn't have to be Superman. He doesn't have to be the MVP. So, I mean, you can count on that if you want to, but I'm just saying.
No, I mean their game plan has been solid. Not putting the ball in harm's way by running it with your best weapon, and that's been Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, AJ Brown has been getting pissed off at it, but that's their problem, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay, we're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Run that thing with Jacobs. I don't care if Jordan Love throw it 12 times or 30 times, as long as we win the football game. But Jacobs better have 25 to 30 touches. He touching that football now. Absolutely.
Facts.
But yeah.
That's what's up. All right. You ready for topic number 2?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. All right. So as you know, you heard how G and I were talking at the beginning of the season when we were doing our divisional pick'ems and all that about the AFC North and how it's normally a bloodbath. And realistically, we're a bit disappointed this season in how the AFC North has turned out. Clearly, Pittsburgh is the class of the division at this time. Baltimore's second, and Cincinnati's a real disappointment, as well as Cleveland. So here's the thing, right? Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and Cincinnati. Well, there's two things there, right? Joe Burrow has had difficulty staying healthy throughout his career.
Correct.
And the other part of that is that Cincinnati, for whatever reason, I guess coaching would be the reflection, always has difficulty starting the season off. They always start off the season slow. And that is that's not good, right? Because it always puts them in a hole that they have to climb out of. But they've had success doing that, especially with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and all these weapons and whatnot. They've had success climbing out of that hole to the point that a couple of years ago they even went to a Super Bowl. We know that. But it's a bad habit, right? The NFL is too hard to consistently put yourself in that situation to where year after year you're trying to do it this way. And it's tough because Joe Burrow is easily one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But the question now becomes, are the Cincinnati Bengals wasting Joe Burrow's prime? I mean, they have tried to improve the offensive line. He still had some injuries. They have given him all type of weapons. We'll see. Higgins looks like he's going to be out there, but Jamar Chase is arguably 1A in the league at wide receiver, maybe. If not one. So he's easily one of the top 3 wide receivers in the league. Just a dominant threat in the passing game. And of course, they have a rapport that goes all the way back to their time together at Louisiana State, where they won the national championship. And it's really tough. And then, you suppose theoretically it would get even more difficult now that they gave Joe Burrow the $250 million contract. They paid him this offseason. They're probably going to have to go ahead and pay Jamar Chase because he's out here killing, and it's about that time. So it's what's it going to be? So again, the question now is, are they wasting Joe Burrow's prime? And so if you remember, I think I played this maybe at the beginning of the season, but I brought it back because I thought it was interesting, and I'll explain why in a minute. This was Chris Canty at the beginning of the season talking about Joe Burrow because of the way that people look at him. And realistically, even our own partner, G, was one of those people that for whatever reason doesn't believe in Joe Burrow. He's like, why do we talk about Joe Burrow the way we do? Well, we know why we talk about Joe Burrow the way we do, because he's that damn good. But let's hear what Chris Canty had to say at the beginning of the season.
If you're still on the Joe Burrow is an elite quarterback train, God bless you. it's all on you. Cool. You can do that. But if you're saying that he's elite, just understand it's not based on anything that we've seen recently. Since the start of 2023, Joe Burrow is 5-6 as a starter, 52.7 QBR, 224 yards passing per game, 15 total touchdowns, and 7 total turnovers. Now, y'all tell me, is that elite? Now, I get it. He's been dealing with a calf injury. Now he's recovering from surgery on a ligament in his wrist on his throwing arm. But here's the thing. This has to be a part of the conversation around Joe Burrow, the health concerns. It just has to be. He's been in the NFL for 4 full seasons and had 2 of those years end with him landing on IR. It's an uncomfortable fact pattern. And when we start looking at Joe Burrow's game, this is not a guy that's going to wow you with the physical attributes, right? When it comes to the NFL measurables, this is not somebody that's going to jump off the chart. Joe Burrow's superpower is being able to throw with accuracy, anticipation, his understanding of the game, his football acumen, and above all else, his poise. So anytime you have anything going on with him physically, like it's going to affect him disproportionate to some of the other quarterbacks that have those physical gifts. Quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and like Josh Allen, who have absolute howitzers attached to their shoulders. It's going to look different for Joey B. And we saw that in week 1 against the New England Patriots. The Cincinnati Bengals were the biggest favorite in week 1 at home. I think it was an 8. The line landed on 8.5 point favorite against the New England Patriots, the team that people thought would have the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft. And they got smoked. Now, when we start looking at Joe Burrow, yeah, he didn't push the ball down the field. The Cincinnati Bengals, since Joe Burrow has got there, they have been a big play outfit. It's been about explosive plays down the field in the passing game. Last week, Smalls, the Cincinnati Bengals only had 1 explosive play. They only had 1 play that went for 20 yards or more, and that was a throw over the middle to Jamar Chase. That's it. They were one of 4 teams in the NFL that only had 1 explosive play last week. That is not like Joe Burrow in the Cincinnati Bengals. When they were going to back-to-back conference championship games during that 2-year stretch, the Bengals were top 5 in explosive passing plays. So y'all can tell me that I'm out of my mind and Joe Burrow is still elite. And I will say this, I will concede this. When Joe Burrow is healthy, he is elite. When the last time Joe Burrow been healthy?
So Chris Canty had a lot of great points to make there, and it's all fair. And I think what he's saying is, like, we can't continue to allow Joe Burrow to just, live off the accolades of what he did 2 years ago. But if you look even this year, right, he's played 13 games. He's played all the games so far. He's leading the league in completions at 490. Mm-hmm. He's at 58.5% completions. By the way, did you know he's tied?
You mean 335? That's his attempts. 490 is his attempts.
490 is the attempts, yes. And, he's leading the league in completions as well, 335.
There you go.
Yeah. So his 68.1 career completion percentage is tied for first all time with Tua. Who knew? Right?
Hey,
I thought it would be like
remember Tyreek Hill said the most accurate passer he's ever played.
He did. He sure did say that. So he wasn't lying. My man was in Pro Football Reference before that interview.
Let me look up this good thing to say. Okay, Tua better. His completion.
Right. He's got 33 touchdown passes right now, only 6 picks. So he's on pace to get over 40 touchdown passes this year and stay in right, and to stay in single digits in interceptions, which is awesome. So I mean, he's leading the league in passing yards per game at 285. He's doing everything he can at this point. He's among the league leaders in QBR at 74. I mean, he's probably looking like, Jesus, what else can I do? You know what I'm saying? What else can I do? Jamar Chase is out here killing. But in many cases, the defense has let that team down. So I guess the question is Cincinnati wasting Joe Burrow's prime? Go ahead, bro.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, to have such a if we could flip Cincinnati's record around, Burrow's no shout of a doubt the MVP of the season.
Yeah,
no shout of a doubt. Like, there's no question. There's no Lamar Jackson. There's no Josh Allen. There's no Jared Goff. If the Cincinnati Bengals had a favorable record, this man is he's the foregone front runner for MVP. Last time I saw somebody put up numbers like this was Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Aaron Rodgers put up numbers like this where it was 45 plus touchdowns and like 7-8 interceptions.
Yeah,
right?
It was crazy that year. Yep.
He was going crazy. And right now, I get it where Canty was going, but I think that segment had to have been very, very early in the season. Since week 2, I mean, the kid's been balling out of control. I gave him a little bit of a pass in week 1. He was coming off of that injury from last season, not much during the training camp, still, going through some nicks and knacks. But I mean, from the start that he had at the season, to where we're at now, it's more about what you've done for me lately. Joe Burrow been trying to put this team on his back, right? But you look at the defense. I look at the defense, right? Last five games, Oakland Raiders, they won 41-24, but then they had to play the Ravens. Defense gave up 35 points. They had to play the Chargers. Defense gave up 34 points. They had to play the Steelers. Defense gave up 44 points. Lucky enough, they only played Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys. They gave up 20, right? Still gave up 20, right? In the midst, Joe Burrow put up 41 points against the Raiders, 34 points against the Ravens, 27 points against the Chargers, 38 points against the Steelers, 27 points against the Cowboys. I can only control this side. Joe Burrow don't play defense.
Right.
He don't play defense. You give Joe Burrow a Tom Brady-esque New England defense.
I don't know if he even needs
talking about
that, though. I don't even think he needs it to that level.
No, I'm not saying that's what he needs. He needs a
middle of the pack defense. Yeah.
A decent defense.
Not a bad defense, right.
This defense is bottom of the league, bottom of the barrel for what they're doing with here. So, yes, the answer is absolutely yes. Because if that defense could do anything to get them to at least a winnable record, he's in the conversation for MVP. He's doing his job, right? But he can't play both sides of the football.
He cannot. So let's say this, though, real quick. I know we've been maligning the defense, and rightfully so, but we need to take 1 second and just give a shout on that Cincinnati roster to Trey Hendrickson, who's leading the league in sacks. He's got 12 and a half sacks in 13 games. So got to show that guy some love because he's been beasting out this season. But overall, the defense has been bad. So, yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, man. And now, I don't think it's going to happen. But you have Mike Brown playing around with giving Jamar Chase his money. Like, there's no question that money is well deserved. Right. Exactly. So it's like, okay, what are we waiting for here? Get this guy's bread. Look at it. What does he have this year? He's got 93 catches. He's got 3 games left. He's got 93 catches for 1,319 yards, right? So it's very possible he could go over 1,600 receiving yards on the year. Like, that's going ham. Yes. Crazy work. That's exactly the term. You're right.
Crazy
work. He's doing. Yeah.
13-19. Jesus Christ.
Look, 14 catches for $177 on Monday night. Crazy, right?
Knocked me out of the number 1 seed in my fantasy league, too, with that.
Versus Baltimore. This was embarrassing. 11 catches for $264. That was embarrassing.
Oh, that game, he showed out.
Cooked us up. Terribly. The previous game against Baltimore, 10 catches for $193. I mean, just showed out. I mean, yeah, monster. So the point is, but see, here's my thing, right? If you're Mike Brown, owner of the Bengals, why would you even consider doing something that could possibly make your star quarterback disgruntled? You have one of the best 1-2 punches in the league. These guys clearly have a rapport, as I stated, going all the way back to college. Just take care of it. Just take care of it. And I am not that guy that's always like, pay guys whatever they want. This guy, pay him what he wants. He's
paying what he wants.
Take care of it, man.
The numbers are right in front of you.
Right there. I mean, it is I don't even know what to say about it, man. I don't even know. It's tough. It's tough. But I think you're right. They are wasting this guy's prime from early in his career when they didn't make sure he was protected to now not making sure that you lock up his weapons. And granted, I get it. You're not theoretically able to pay everybody. Although, what's his name? Andrew Brandt, him, former GM of the Packers. He now has, I think he's got a podcast and a Substack, and he talks about it. And I heard him on a couple of Fox sports radio shows. And he said this thing about the salary cap, he says all phony. When they say you can't pay everybody, he's like, if you have a smart capologist, you can make it all work. You can pay everyone you need to pay. He's like, but most of the time, these owners just don't want to do it, right? Because did you know if you convert some of the salary to bonus, it doesn't go against the cap?
Correct.
But if you convert it to bonus, you got to pay them guys that money up front. And most of these owners don't want to do it. So
look at San Fran and how many guys they're paying right now.
That's right. Yeah.
They're paying everybody.
Yes. And they said that
everybody that
and they said that Purdy, the money for Purdy is already set to the side. It's just a matter of seeing this, just a matter of seeing the season out to how it ends. So you can pay guys if you want to. It's just most of these owners don't want to. That's the problem. So
it's all about who has the bigger
Yes,
pockets,
you're
right?
right.
San Francisco is
Mhm.
a money-making franchise by name
Yeah.
alone in Cali.
That's right.
Cincinnati, not so much, right? So
Mhm.
I think that plays along with it. Because like other than Trent Hendrickson and Joe Burrow, who are they paying?
That's a great question.
So why are they
Zeus
so
Jr.,
money
I
tight?
don't think he's making big money. I don't think there's anyone really making huge money on that team other than those two.
But if I go over there to San Fran, I can name you the defensive lineman. I mean, the
Yeah,
defensive
Joey
end,
Bosa,
the
Nick Bosa,
linebacker, the corner, the
Red one.
safety,
Yeah,
the running back,
Yeah.
the left tackle. Can I go? The tight end, right?
Mhm.
Both of their receivers, everybody got paid. So you mean to tell me why are we still sitting on Jamar Chase's contract again? We saw Brandon Ayuk get paid.
I
Is
got
Jamar
no
Chase
idea.
not better than Brandon Ayuk?
Yes, he's definitely better than Brandon Ayuk, and that's no shade at Brandon.
No shade
Ayuk,
at Brandon
but-
Ayuk. Absolutely
No,
not.
because he's
No.
very good. But no, Jamar Chase is what's his name? Ocho Cinco like to say, he that boy now. He that boy.
He that boy. He that boy.
I
He
can't
that
even say it
boy.
like him, but yeah, no, Jamar Chase, that dude, man, he's for real, for real. So
Nah,
I
man,
can't
they-
even
they-
understand why you wouldn't, take care of this guy.
I would have paid him a long time ago.
Yeah, I would have paid him last year.
the numbers are there. I think they were, holding out. I think he had a little bit of an injury history as well with Joe Burrow.
Mhm.
But still, man, I mean, pay him or not. You know what I mean? But don't play with the man's time. You know what I mean? Don't Jerry Jones this thing when we know you're gonna pay him anyway. Because if you let him walk, I mean, you look incredibly stupid. GM gotta go. Everybody gotta go.
I don't think it's about letting him walk, and this is going to sound terrible. I really think a lot of owners hold off on paying guys thinking they'll get hurt. Then they could give them a bottom of the barrel contract to keep them.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I could be wrong, but I really think that, because the odds are that, absolutely, Bruce, go ahead, put it in the chat. I think the odds are that most guys are going to get hurt and, at some point during their time in the NFL. It's just one of those things. But they're going to have to reset the market with Jamar Chase's contract. And again, I'm not that guy. Every time somebody's up, you reset the market, but he's that freaking good, man. So,
Yeah. I like what Steve said. The sooner you pay a guy, the more money you save. Contracts get crazier each year. GM and owners need to stop trying to time the market and stop being cute. Stop being cute. It's costing. No, you gotta say it. You gotta say it the Baltimore way on this channel, man. We're taking it to another level.
Yes and no, though, Sneed, because the salary cap also goes up each year, right? So regardless, if you give a guy a certain contract, let's say you paid a guy 3 years ago, right? The amount on the whole is less, but it's still relative to where the cap is and relative to where salaries are at that time. It's still going to be, paying the guy the same amount, if you kind of get what I'm saying. Yes, the raw number is smaller, but relative to everything else that's going on, it's not that much of a difference. You tracking what I'm saying, Transformer?
A little bit, because I'm trying to see how this is another reason why Jamar Chase still not getting paid.
Oh, well, no, there's no excuse for that.
Okay.
There's no excuse for that whatsoever. I wasn't trying to do it that way. I was just.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what? Like, they ain't paying nobody but Joe and Dre.
Here's the thing, though, right? Steve, especially in the NFL, when it comes to revenue sharing, and the NFL makes more money every year. If I'm making more money, but I got to pay somebody a little more, am I actually paying them more? Like, yeah, the number looks bigger, but it's probably roughly about the same percentage of what I'm making, right? These owners make $350 million every year just off the revenue sharing, if I'm not mistaken, right? So,
and they got the big Amazon deal, right, the Netflix deal,
absolutely, yeah.
What's the other?
And then whatever personal money they bring in from being the owner of the team, parking, concessions, ticket prices, apparel, all those things. So there's money to be made everywhere. So I don't feel sorry for these dudes. All right. So yeah, I think we're both in agreement, Transformer, that the Bengals are wasting Joe Burrow's prime, and they need to hurry up and get this right, because Joe Burrow got the freaking, not just Joe Burrow, but his ability was one of the main keys in why the Bengals were able to go to the Super Bowl for the first time in, when was the last time they went? 88? 88, yeah, for the first time since 1988, a couple of years ago. So it's about 35 years. And hey man, you can't waste that. You can't waste that when you have that type of talent on your team. You might need to fire Zach Taylor, but the problem is if they mess around and sneak into the playoffs again this year, which is unlikely, but if they mess around and sneak into the playoffs, they're not going to fire him. And of course, Mike Brown is not going to want to pay any buyouts or anything like that.
And I would hate to be a top seed at that point against a hot Joe Burrow. That's going to be ugly. But the defense is poop-out. They're not going to make it. Their salary cap, Joe Burrow gets $29 million. T. Higgins, I believe he's on a franchise tag, ain't he? I think T. Higgins on the tag because he's at 21.
Yeah, he's on the tag right now. Yep.
Yeah, he's on the tag. So he's 21, and Trey Hendrickson is right there at 20. Orlando Brown Jr., he's at 16. So it just drops down drastically from there to 11. There's no Jamar Chase gets 9. Is on the cap for $10 million. Come on now. Come on now. Make it make sense.
Nah, it can't.
It's not even making sense.
Right. All right, man. So I think it's about time we want to go ahead and open up these phone lines and get some commentary on this particular topic.
Yeah.
I know. I think Bruce wanted to hear something. So phone number is, as always, 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Give us a shout. And we would love to hear from you on Cincinnati and Joe Burrow, and are they or are they not wasting this man's prime?
The answer is yes. It's a resounding yes. There's no way you're playing. These numbers just don't make sense. They just don't. They don't. You look at these numbers and you're like, they're 5 and 8. What's happening? Are these 6 turnovers that he has in the entirety of the season the game ending turnovers?
Right. Let's I know, right? Let's take this call from Bruce.
Yeah.
Bruce, what's going on, my brother?
What it is, dummy?
What up, dummy?
What up, stupid?
What the fuck it is, stupid? What's going on with y'all fellas? But listen,
Maintaining.
The Bengals are most definitely wasting. Not really wasting, but yes, they wasted this year in particular. Not saying that they won't shake back, but I just want to give Joe Burrow his flowers, man. The kid is amazing, man.
Yeah, he's official.
Let me give respect where it's due. And with those two, with Higgins and Jamar Chase on the wings, nobody could check what you call one-on-one. You gotta shake for one over on that side.
Have to.
You got to.
That dude is a game ender.
Yes, as far as the zone, if you want to play him bump and run, man, you better not play a bump and run. You most definitely tripping. Isolation, Jamar Chase. So yes, his career is the season is being wasted. You can't say that his career is being wasted. No, they need a new head coach for sure.
I agree.
With the defense up the middle, they soft. Their tackles and their linebackers soft. With a suspect, a secondary for sure. So now, if Cincinnati had a half as decent defense, they most definitely would be in a better picture than what they is right now. They cut a quarter off how bad they playing right now. If they had a little better defense, they most definitely would be in the mix.
Yeah. They're the 4th worst team in points per game, 27.7 given up to on the defense.
Right. So,
yep.
Don't they say, right? Defense win championship, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. But offense sells tickets.
With that being said, though, I don't give a goddamn if Cincinnati in the gutter for the rest of their life because I'm a Baltimore Raven all over. I don't give a goddamn.
I seen that coming.
They're going to waste his career, his season career. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Thank you. Yes, wasted.
So
we ain't got to deal with them. We already dealing with Pittsburgh as it is, but I ain't going to get to no Ravens stuff.
So let me ask you this, Bruce. Why do you think, or maybe they did and we just don't know, but if you're Cincinnati, and I guess Mike Brown's just cheap and don't really want to win, but let's say he's not being cheap and wants to win, why would you not give Belichick a call? Say, hey, we got your quarterback, right? He could be your Tom Brady. Come on in here and let's go ahead and win this chip. And you get rid of Zach Taylor. I would have done that.
Absolutely.
Cincinnati ain't about they ain't gonna put the big glitz in the glam. See, they ain't even paid Jamar Chase yet, so they ain't gonna pay Bill Belichick.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been a great fit if we had a progressive owner that was running Cincinnati,
right?
Like a forward thinker. I most definitely when they got Bill Belichick. But yes, yeah, man. Like if they had a half as decent defense, man, they'll be good. They'll be good. But I don't give a damn. I'm a Baltimore Raven. Let them struggle all.
The true colors shall show.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Purple and black.
All right, well, I'll call y'all back on the next one.
No doubt, brother. Appreciate you.
All
right.
Mm-hmm.
You see how he called in, gave a little, like, I'm gonna go ahead and give him his flowers, but the real reason, Ravens up, baby.
I mean, as he should. I'm not mad at that. As he should.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Yeah,
always
of course,
a good time when he calls in.
Always, man. Always. All right. So, all right, we'll give 1 more minute. Anybody else wants to call in, I'll give you 1 more minute, and then after that, we'll get to the main topic, and then we'll keep it moving. We'll keep it rolling.
Keep it pushing.
But yeah, so
make this make sense.
Say again.
I'm still trying to make just figure out how this makes sense. From just off of Joe Burrow's talent, what he's been producing all season. He's top 5 in every category, but yet the defense is like top 5 in all the opposing categories.
Yeah.
And you're not paying anybody, man. Like who gotta go? You know, is it the GM too? Like, I mean, but he drafted those guys. So those guys,
coordinator, somebody, man.
The whole defensive side of the football, except Trey Henderson, got to go.
Yeah,
they have to go at this point. The GM, you on the hot seat. They're the 6th worst passing defense. They're the fourth worst in points per game on the defense. Bottom 10 in rushing on the defense. Like this is just awful, bro. It truly is awful. They're giving up everything. 7th in yards total. But yet we're looking at Joe Burrow with a where's it at? I just had it. 3,706 yards, 33 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. In the top 10 alone, if you look at the passing leaders, he has the most yards, but he has the second less interceptions in the top 10 of all the passers in the league. That's crazy.
Very much so. All right. Man, why we out here talking about the Hawks and the Knicks, man? What we doing, man?
Eddie, you need to be focusing on next week and if you need to get that jersey from Jazz or not, right? You still got a hot bet on that is live right now here on the Format Podcast.
That's right. I forgot I need to order that terrible towel and the Steelers long sleeve tee. I forgot about that. All right. I need to
just in case, not yet. You don't need to order it yet. You know what I mean?
That's true. It's true. Yeah, because I don't want to be stuck with it after we put foots in them.
I got this jersey, I got this shirt, and this towel for what?
Just put it by the door and wipe my feet on it when I come in. You know what I'm saying?
Or you can use it to dry your car off.
I could do that.
Use it.
Clean the wheel wells and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Change your oil. You change your oil. You got a nice little oil rag. You know what I mean?
I like
nothing
that.
wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having a couple extra rags around in the garage.
Always good to have extra rags. Oh my gosh!
When you make one more basketball reference, Sean, man, we're gonna have to boot you.
Well, we about to go that way anyway. So.
Oh, there you go. We just saved you.
Yeah. You got lucky.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back. All right, moving on to the third topic. Oh, go ahead, my bad, brother.
No, I'm saying I'm just checking this Knicks Hawks thing since he banging on that in the chat. So
they better be getting cooked.
Nah, the Hawks won 108-100. Not a great night from Trae Young, but
I mean, the way he made it seem, he said
Trae Young was acting like he was out here cooking. Yeah,
he was out there balling. He's not even the leading scorer.
Yeah, and he's 8 for 22, 2 from 8 from 3. Yeah,
he was playing poo putt.
Not impressed. All right, you ready?
No, that's nothing about that. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right,
Oh,
go
he
ahead.
wasn't
Do
old
it.
school.
Wait, Laker Nation. Hold on. Why Joe not getting the same smoke you're always giving Purdy? First of all, Laker Nation,
Woo.
was I ever giving Brock Purdy smoke? As I
That's G.
recollect properly, I was always giving Brock Purdy his due.
Yeah, he thinking about
correct me
G.
if I'm wrong. Yeah, that's G.
That's G. You talking about Laker Nation?
Yeah.
No, me and Bruce, man, we give Purdy his flowers.
Mm-hmm,
We definitely give Purdy his flowers. I've been a huge advocate on Purdy deserves his money. He deserves that bread.
Yes.
From being the most irrelevant player in the NFL draft to being reasons why they're making it to the Super Bowl. He left the Super Bowl with the lead before Patrick Mahomes stormed back to beat it.
That's right.
If it wasn't for his injury against the Philadelphia Eagles, he probably would have made it to back-to-back Super Bowls.
And maybe he would have had one.
Yo, and I mean, no, Purdy, yeah, he gets a lot of love from me and Bruce, man. That's G that you talking about. That be giving Purdy the business in the comments and stuff like that. But yeah, no, for sure, definitely for sure.
All right, well let's go. Let's get to that that next topic. That was a long little interlude we had there. Damn Knicks and Hawks. All right, you want to go ahead and take this, man? I thought this was very interesting.
All right, so the NBA's coldest killers. All right, the NBA's coldest killers. So we're not sure if you guys are watching the Gil's Arena podcast that Gilbert Arenas has on his network on YouTube, but they drew up a good topic saying the 3 coldest killers in the NBA. Rank them 1, 2, 3. So those 3 are nonetheless other than the GOAT conversive players. All right. Number 1 being LeBron James. Number 2 being Michael Jordan. Number 3 being Kobe. Rank them 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay, you are. Okay, go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
That wasn't me ranking them. My bad. I was just going by the photo.
Yeah, I was clarifying that we weren't ranking them that way.
No, we weren't ranking them. We weren't ranking them. But going in that order from the picture, what is your order, Bruce, on the coldest killers in the NBA?
So I'm right here with Sid Bubba, Mike, Kobe, and LeBron. And honestly, no matter what LeBron's supposed statistics on this are, which, I don't believe it because every time you hear this, like they define this thing some different way. But it's clearly Mike, then Kobe, and that gap is small. But Mike, then Kobe, and then far, far away somewhere might be LeBron, but not close to those two. And the thing is, it's not when we talk about coldest killers, it's not just necessarily the game winners, right? It's dudes that can just utterly destroy you and, have the skill set to do so and can do so with the ruthlessness, right?
Yeah.
Like LeBron, when he was in his physical prime, I will say this. Y'all know I'm not a LeBron fan. However, that game 6 against my Celtics in the Boston Garden in 2012 when he played for the Heat, what was it? 45 and 15, right?
40. Yeah, I think it's 45. I thought it was like
45 and 15. And he went in there and from the opening utterly destroyed the Celtics. That was, to me, probably like the meanest game I ever saw. 45, 5, and 15. Thank you,
there you go. Okay.
That was probably the meanest game I ever saw LeBron play. And that was the only time I can ever recollect this dude truly looking like a killer. Like even the 48 special against Detroit, to me, it just seemed like he just got hot, and that happens sometimes. But he didn't look like a killer like he looked in Boston, right? And that was the only time. But how many times did we see Mike like set out to utterly destroy someone? Kobe set out to destroy someone. Like, to me, that's different. And you have to have the requisite skill set to be able to do that. So I think that's a totally different situation. But how we're gonna do this, y'all? Well, first we're gonna play the clip from Gil's Arena. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna put a twist to this discussion. All right.
Wait, you're not gonna let me do mine?
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry, brother. Yeah. Go ahead. My bad. Damn, my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, we're like, dang, he just said, man, bump the Transformer. Already listed them off wrong.
We don't
got LeBron first. So,
we don't need him saying nothing.
My 1, 2, 3 coldest killers in the NBA would go no other than number 1, LeBron James Jr. I'm messing with you, man. Kobe Bean, bro. It's gonna be Bean.
You put him ahead of Mike as the coldest killer.
I put Bean and only by a slither, by a fraction, because in a sense, I'm a Kobe lover. You guys know if you would have asked me in that interview, do I love Kobe Bryant? I love everything about him. Huge idol in my eyes. I philosophized my whole personal training business after, the Mamba mentality. I trained like after the Mamba mentality, just everything about him growing up as a kid. I idolized throughout my entire life. I cried like a girl for 3 days straight when he passed away, 4 years ago. So I love the guy. Yeah, you just can't steer me wrong. But me, I put it like this. Kobe, boy, when he bit his jersey, you just knew it was a wrap. You just might as well go ahead and fold him. All right. You look at the amount of times he had to put, the opposing teams in the blender defensively by scoring relentlessly 50 back to back in games where, they weren't even favored to win. The eyes, just the look, the fear that, Kobe gave a lot of guys, you know what I mean, that I got to witness. Now, granted, I didn't get to witness all of Michael Jordan's career. Obviously, I was born in 1990. He got in the league at 86. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, was it 86? 84. So obviously I wasn't even alive for 6 of his years to watch that. And obviously I wasn't even old enough post being born to even recognize what I'm seeing. But
yeah, I got you.
Kobe, man, that's just, even though the moves are carbon copy, you can say in a sense, Kobe went and tried to perfect them, right? Going into the lab with Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon, and working on that footwork and able to keep your dream and able to work in that triple threat. Like, you couldn't double team him. The point that, Kobe was getting triple teamed and still letting a shot off and it's going in, that's a killer, right? The fact that I'd rather not pass it to you, I would pass it to the backboard, back to myself just to lay it up or dunk it on you. That's a killer. He's on a mission to just destroy you every single time. So yeah, I'm gonna put Kobe 1. Yeah, I'm gonna put Kobe 1 with Mike like right there behind like a 1A, 1B, and I'll put LeBron at like D. Like Bron, he's not even close to these guys, man. I don't even know how this is a conversation. Folks try to use the record or the 40,000 points, and it's like that's a different stat, right? That's just numbers that you're accumulating over the course of time. Because if that's the case, we putting Karl Malone in this conversation.
Facts,
right?
Facts.
Coldest killers if you're talking about points total and stuff like that. But yeah, man, Kobe was just different, bro. Kobe was just different.
So Edward, to your comment here, this was the 48 special that I talked about when he had 48 and like, was it 25 straight at the end of that game? And again, I give credit where it's due because that was an incredible feat against a team that would end up going to 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals and back-to-back NBA Finals. But again, I saw that more as he just got really hot, other than he exhibited a tremendous, like when Kobe went off, you saw a skill set. Like it wasn't just, okay, he got hot and shots are going in. You saw him like doing stuff. The skill set is just different, right? So then we got Laker Nation saying that Kobe killed Mike more times in their matchup. So yes and no. The problem with that is, right, when Kobe came into the league, Mike was on the backside of his prime, right? 96. And so by the time Kobe truly became Kobe, like really like destroying everything in sight, Mike was like at the end of his rope. So do we really count Kobe killed Mike more times in their matchups?
Nah, I don't.
Yes, but no. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't the same time frame. Yeah,
right.
It wasn't the same time frame.
Now, if they had come up together, I think that would have been
that would have been some battles.
That would have been like the new age Magic and Bird, right? That would have been the next one. All right. So Bruce, where would you put LeBron? In terms of killers, I think he's down that list. And we're gonna get into it a little bit. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's listen to what was said on Gil's Arena. We'll come back and address that, and then we'll kind of go into it with our twist, and then we'll talk about some other stuff on this topic. Gil's Arena.
Who is the better killer? Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. Put them in order.
Killer? Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. There you go.
I would go.
I don't care.
How do you,
Go get it done.
Right?
Go get it done 6 times.
Kobe.
Every
I mean,
time I go.
They all still killers at the end of the day.
no,
I go
and
Kobe.
that's the problem
I go Kobe.
with the argument.
No,
right?
it don't matter. Somebody got to win.
When they say this guy is a pit bull and this guy is a cat, but the cat has more kills, total kills. Kills at the fastest mark, has more accuracy at killing, but you're calling him like you can't. You got to change how you use stuff.
Don't care about that.
Little shit.
It don't matter. You have, but you
not
listen.
killing.
At the end, right. We just want you to get one point. We don't care about that little shit. We don't care about that little shit. Just get it done.
You have to change how you use stuff because if you're calling me softy, but I'm busting your ass, it says more about you now. If you're saying this guy's a killer and this guy's soft. But this guy has way more kills in a faster time. You can't use those. You gotta describe it a little bit different.
No, I don't. Just get it done. Just get it done. Nobody wants to pity pat around. No, get the shit done. Michael Jordan, every time I go, get it done. Kill it.
But he did get it.
Six times. Killer.
He did get
Kobe
it
got
done.
it 5.
Okay, well,
Took you.
he has time.
Three of them came.
Took you alone.
Three
Took
came
you.
as a side.
And 3 of his came back. 3 of LeBron's.
I mean, shit. Mike went to go play baseball. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, he's playing golf.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like
Real LeBron
when you
came
want
like
to,
that too.
when you really want to throw it out there, like you guys only use metrics when you want to.
No.
And you only use metrics when it's right for you. You only use metrics when it's right for you.
Option 2, still, yeah.
But still, he's the top 3 best shooting
It
guard
don't
ever.
matter.
You can't say that.
It don't matter. You can't discredit
But what
what someone
metric are
did.
y'all using
If
for
you're
soft?
saying, if you're
can't say Kobe was a-
if you're saying you're a better killer than me, right? If you're saying you're a better killer than me, at the same rate, I beat you to 500 kills, 1,000
But you
kills,
didn't beat me to the
2,000
main
kills,
kills.
5,000
You
kills,
beat me to the
10,000
main
kills,
kills.
20,000
You
kills.
can beat me to the main
Every kill chart I
And you got 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, but
That's the main thing.
Right, that's the main thing we care about. We don't care about that.
If you're leading my team, if you need to win, and you got 4 and the other person got 5, that means he's a better
But
killer.
but you
all you do is just shooting. You just doing a lot of shooting. You might hit a lot of motherfuckers, but you ain't gonna hit the main nigga. You gonna kill all his homies, but you ain't gonna kill the leader.
But the reality is,
that's what you saying.
But reality is,
that's what you saying.
Reality
Almost
is,
got there.
I almost got there.
Got killed.
But 3 of my big kills,
Well,
I'm doing this. Hey, shoot him right there. I'm the sidekick. I'm not the main.
That's fine.
Who? The guy who had 3 championships by the age of 22. He wasn't the main guy.
Oh man.
Like I mean, we love him, but are we gonna talk real sports?
Are we gonna talk?
He was
real
the sidekick until he got rid of Shaq and did 1, 2 for himself. So technically, when you're looking at it, he was a sidekick for 3, 2 as a real main character. Does that not factor in? Or are we just gonna say, oh, he got 5?
I got drafted.
All right, so real quick, let me jump on. You already know where I'm going. He was the sidekick stuff has to stop, right?
No,
because he was 1A. He was 1A. It wasn't sidekick. Sidekick is 1 and 2. He wasn't 2. He was 1A because we can look at it and say, okay, Shaq dominated those finals. Cool. Against the Nets, who was the center on that team? Todd McCullough, right? Who was the center against the Pacers? Rick Smits. Rick Smits wasn't going to defend Shaq, even though he was an all-star. Now I will give you Mutombo. Right?
Mutombo's tough.
They're cool,
but don't weigh enough.
Really, right? Not enough bricks in his back pocket.
Not enough bricks in his back pocket,
right? and all-time great defender, but realistically, and this Transformer, and Laker Nation knows this as well. If not for Kobe, the Lakers don't even make all those finals runs, right? Negative. So we have to stop this. Well, not you guys, of course, but when we talk about what we like to do is push certain narratives, whether they're false or not, so that they can prop up LeBron, right? And this Kobe was a sidekick for 3 of his. That's one of the narratives, right? We like that. Are we even sure that the Lakers win those finals in 2000 against the Pacers?
And Shaq got fouled out, and Kobe had to win the game in overtime, and literally did this to the crowd.
Yo, you know what?
Calm that shit down. Like
it just occurred to me.
LeBron
stole that too. It just
occurred
to
me. I
me.
mean, his is more like chill. LeBron had to.
Yeah, but he had to look. I'm going to take my talents. Right? Kobe was the first one that said that. Remember at his press conference, I'm going to take my talents to the NBA. I'm going to forego college, take my talents to the NBA. Bron stole that. He stole this, and then because Kobe was like. But LeBron took it and he tried to add some extra oomph to it. So he stole that. Like, he want to play 82 games at age 40, stealing that.
But I don't think it's the same I don't think it's the same because Kobe's was more of a hush. LeBron is more of, y'all just smart, like get down.
No, I don't think that's what that is.
I don't think his isn't a hush. That's not a hush move.
No,
You're
I think LeBron stole it,
that.
but he tried to add some extra oomph to it. That dude steals everything, man. He steals everything except actual skills.
That's not what this is about. Let's move.
Right. So you know what, Laker Nation, great point. As dominant as Shaq was, you always needed a dominant guard to be successful. We saw it first with Penny to even get to the finals. Then, of course, we saw it with the Mamba, and then we saw it with the Flash. Absolutely, great points, guys. Great points. So we start there. Next up, so we got Arenas talking about how. You supposed to be the killer, but I killed more total point. Really?
Yeah, he lost me with that
more
one.
total
like,
points.
Total points?
And you the fastest and the most accurate. So I guess he's talking about the field goal percentage. But again, like this whole thing of LeBron's quote unquote efficiency with field goal percentage, and this is not to be taking shots at LeBron, but that's a disingenuous argument when we see the bulk of his shots coming right at the rim in an era with no rim protector. So like, yes, you got downhill and you finished the play, but how are you saying that you're more of a killer, right? How are you saying you're more of a killer when you lack the skill set and you need a screen at the top damn near every time to get rolling, right? Think about that. Because you lack the actual skills to get going yourself. Most of the time, you need a screen to get going. Like, come on, man. Gil ain't real.
I like how he switched to the other network and got back on the podcast.
Yeah, that was cool, right? I'll take it. Hey, leave your other account on the podcast too, Sneed. Leave them both watching, brother.
I was like, wait, what? He just on the other show?
Right.
That's funny.
All right, y'all. So here's the deal, right? I think most of us agree that the order is Mike, Kobe, then LeBron, or Kobe, Mike, then LeBron. But the whole point is, at the end of the day, LeBron is always going to be last out of these three when it comes to the coldest killers. But that right there is okay, cool. But what we wanted to do here is we wanted to make it a better discussion, and we wanted to move away from this quote unquote GOAT argument, right? Because we do that all the time, and that's kind of corny. So what we're doing, and this is what Transformer and I talked about, we're actually removing Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant from the argument. Now, let's say LeBron is your guy. Cool. Now let's talk about other guys who could be conceived as the coldest killers in the NBA. And we're not just talking now, we're talking about in NBA history.
Correct.
So Transformer, let's go ahead and let's start, man. Who would you like to start with as your coldest killer? Hopefully I got B-roll for who you pick.
Hopefully you got B-roll. Let me go. I'm going to go Allen Iverson.
There we go. Okay.
That man right there, right?
Yeah.
You just couldn't stop him. I mean, we all know the iconic crossover that he gave MJ, right? You know, the original crossover. But the step over Ty Lue, come on now. That was too much. I was against the Lakers. And even though he says it was an accident.
Right, these are all game winners right here that you're seeing. So
yeah. In game one in the finals against my Lakers, like, you know, he literally came out there with that killer mentality. He was literally just outmatched against Shaq and Kobe. Like we said, Mutombo couldn't stop anything Shaq was doing, and Iverson wasn't much a defender to even try to check Kobe. But Iverson, man, that dude was a stone cold killer.
What a real list.
I would say, to give you kudos and love, Larry freaking Bird. Larry Bird was a killer. Larry Bird is another killer. Literally, his mentality will kill you. I give you the reference all the time when he goes to the 3-point shootout. Literally walks in, hey man, which one of y'all coming in second? I'm gonna leave my starter jacket on and I'm gonna go bust y'all behind. The game against the Lakers, before he played the Lakers, I forget which team he played, correct me, Bruce, where he didn't want to use his right hand.
Portland. He played the Trailblazers.
He didn't want to use his right hand because he knew he was playing the Lakers next.
Yeah, he said, I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers, and he played most of that game left-handed.
Left-handed, bro, and still gave you buckets. That's that killer mentality, right? Different era. You can say what you want about eras, or whatever the case may be, but Larry Bird was him in that era, right? I'll let you go ahead and get some. Go ahead and get some.
No doubt. Laker Nation, this is a great one that most people don't even bring up, and I'm embarrassed to say I didn't prepare like footage on this. Tim Duncan was cold, but he was cold in a different way, right? Like
silent killer.
He was like, silent killer, mad stoic. Like you ever hear KG talk about how when he would go up against Tim Duncan, he'd try to talk to him and he could never get him the answer. And he just like Tim Duncan would be like, almost. He'd just say little stuff.
They'd be simple.
Yeah, just give him a head fake. Gotcha. Maybe next time. You know, just simple stuff. He's like, man, I try to talk to this nigga, and he won't say nothing to me, man. And I try to talk to him, whoop-de-whoop. I'll try to get him, and Timmy, he don't want to say nothing, man. I got tough, man. I don't know. Gotcha.
Yeah,
almost. Gotcha. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine you trying to talk somebody out of their game, and this is what
and
you
he
get from
busts my behind quietly?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. You got to talk loud to me. Yell at me.
That's
Say something
a great
back.
one, Laker Nation. That's a
Bernard
man.
King, I like that.
Oh yeah, he was.
I like that.
He was an animal. That's a great one. Yes, sir.
Killer.
Bernard King,
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, he'll get it to you.
Tracy McGrady could score at all three. Like, I mean, he had the even Kobe said it. I had a hard time playing against him. He had length with skill, with a skill set. Like he used his length over anything. It was hard to defend him. Hard to be defended by him, to get by him. But I mean, obviously, we seen
he didn't play D a lot, and he didn't devote time to his body to stay healthy.
Correct.
I think that's a problem too.
And the knock on him is that he also didn't make the playoffs. So he didn't do anything in the playoffs. Never made it past.
I don't think he's ever been out of the first round.
Yeah, he's never been out of the first round.
Man. That's tough.
And then when he did, he was on the coattails of the San Antonio Spurs when he finally did. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was Spurs, right?
Yeah,
he was
right
on the Spurs
at the
team when he the very end. He was on the bench.
So here's one we haven't mentioned. This is one that I can't believe we haven't mentioned yet. Reggie Miller.
Oh, Reggie. Oh, the choke.
Reggie hurt you. Reggie hurt you. This one, I remember watching this when this happened. I think I was in 10th grade. When this happened, we were so bugged out. Like this dude hits the three, steals the inbound, has the sense to step back and hit another one. Like that to me was crazy. I remember watching this game also when he had 25 points in the fourth quarter, hit 5 threes, and like
Spike Lee was mad
because he was talking to him and he heated Reggie up.
Yo,
there was that one against the Bulls.
Spike never learned his lesson, man.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Would get these other players going so much and get cooked.
I met Spike Lee
Kobe
one
got
time.
him. Jordan got like bro, just stop talking to him. Like, stop talking to them, right? The whole choke, right? We choking? You choke, right? Getting choked out.
Yeah, I met Spike Lee one time, and I said to him,
really
just messing with him. Yeah, I said, so you know Reggie Miller's my favorite player, right? And he just gave me this look, and I was just messing with him. He just gave me this look. I said, I'm gonna stop talking now.
Like I'm gonna know my
he gave
role.
me a look like, what the hell is wrong with you, man?
I'm gonna know my role real quick. But no, that Reggie Miller one was a good one. Shout out to my boy Miguel Ogletree. We were I was just in A school, and we played in a basketball tournament. And I literally, every time I see that highlight of Reggie Miller getting the ball and just sprinting back to the 3-point line and turn around that jump shot,
crazy.
He literally caught a fire just like that at the end of a game, and we needed it. I think we were down maybe 3 or 4 points.
It was,
when I tell you,
scored 8 points,
just got. I'm talking hot, bro.
Yeah.
No matter what he was pulling up, it was going in. It was going in. Literally called him off the steal, turn around. He runs to the 3-point line, turns around, and just lets it fly. And I'm like,
you got
man, we about to win it, bro. We about to win it. But I'm like, why am I off my buddy that we about to go back to the barracks?
right.
Until, you know what I mean? But man, Reggie was a killer dude.
He was.
If you want to be recent, I would even put KD up there. KD has a skill set to
KD,
be a killer.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I had some.
No, KD, bro. KD's efficient.
He that boy.
He that boy. He that boy for sure. He that boy.
Yeah.
Now don't get it twisted. Now, like, look at that, bro. Like, you can't teach length, but you also can't teach his skill set, bro.
No, you can't.
I mean, he's shooting over you. Like,
here we
jumper,
go.
The form, the spear.
Ooh, that's my favorite shot he ever took in his whole career.
That's ain't that bad a blimp.
Oh my gosh! Oh, and there's another.
Wait, he just standing there like, come on, bro.
Look at this right here. Now watch what LeBron does here. Watch what I don't want no parts of that. my man just skated. He didn't even try. He just skated. He said, "I don't
But
want
honestly, it wouldn't have mattered.
But that's not even the point, though.
LeBron could be there. He getting shot on.
But not the point. Don't you Kobe would have contested that. Kobe would have got down in that crouch. He'd try to take the ball from him. Then he would have contested the shot on the pull up. And if KD made it, KD made it. He wouldn't have been like that. Curry, Laker Nation says Steph Curry. Steph Curry's a cold killer. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'd say so. When
I
that
get him
dude
enough
gets
now,
going,
especially in the Olympics.
yeah, when
That
dude gets
stuff in
going,
the Olympics was crazy.
You don't want any parts. Kyrie, he's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's oh my god. Yeah, they got some dudes
I mean, what
out
they scored,
there, man.
him and Bron scored 40 together.
Yeah,
No, is it 35? 35
no,
or 40?
40.
It was
Only
40.
two teammates to score 40 in the finals in the same
40,
game.
just giving buckets. Like just crazy
Mhm.
work.
Reggie
I like
Miller
that. Ooh,
and
Laker
Derrick
Nation.
Rose did 40 and 40 in the same game in the playoffs, but not the finals.
Not the finals, yeah.
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford is a good one.
Sports Talk only. What's good? Good to see you.
Jamal Crawford.
I think you've been here before. You know what? Here's the problem. This is a great one. The problem is he's not there enough for him to stay in the front of our minds.
Yeah.
The injuries are really, really damaging his his legacy as a player, because skill-wise he's there. But here's the thing, right? Killers don't blow 3-1 leads. Sports Talk only. Check this, right? I'm not gonna get in the whole LeBron thing, but killers don't blow 3-1 leads, correct? Unless of course the opposition gets help from the league. I'm gonna leave it right there. You can make your face up all you want. You
could have been talking about Kevin Durant.
We know who he's talking about.
He could have been talking about Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, man.
Sneed says in his prime, sorry, wrong way. In his prime, Clay actually got hotter than Steph. Yeah, but
he was a catch and shooter.
Right.
It's different when you're a catch and shooter, when you're being fed the basketball.
Yeah, versus a skill set guy.
Yeah, Steph is taking you off the dribble. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you had to guard Clay on every fast break, on every screen to just make sure you stayed in front of him, right? Yeah. Steph will walk up the court, dribble. Okay, I'm going right, I'm going left, or he'll just let the thing fly from 35 feet. Right? That's a different shooter.
Remember when Clay had 37 in a quarter?
Yes. Just straight bombs over Baghdad, bro. The man was
what was it, the 60-point game he had? He had like 11 dribbles or something like that. He was just catching and letting it fly,
It was, I think it was a little bit less than that. Everything was off a catch and shoot.
Yeah, it was like crazy though, but he only had 11 dribbles in the game. So my thing is, right, and this is where the LeBron piece comes in, as dominant as he has been, right? Although he hasn't dominated his era, like they say, but he has been, for the most part, a dominant type player, obviously all-time leading scorer, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Here's my thing though, right? To be a killer, I think you got to have that skill set to be able to get to your shot anytime you want it without help in an actual, one-on-one situation, right? And LeBron, he can't do that because the skill set is not there. Like he's missing a lot of tools, right? And so for me, that's why I don't see him as a killer, right? Here's another one. This is the guy I gotta mention, right? You already know who it is.
Hakeem, your dream.
That dude right there, killer. Like he could do it too, because the skill set was so crazy. And here's the other part. There's not a lot of guys on this particular list that could kill you on both ends of the floor. Kobe could, Mike could, Dream could, Tim Duncan could, right? Not a lot of killers. Most of the time we think about killers as being dominant offensive players. There's not a lot of them that can kill you on both sides of the floor. And that's one of the reasons I got so much respect for Dream and what he could do, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Brandon Roy. Yeah, man, that's a great one. Yeah. Injuries definitely got to him. I wonder if sometimes he watches the NBA and he's like, man,
I would have killed it in this league.
I would have killed it. Right. I think a lot of the older cats do that, and it's hard for them. A lot of them don't come out and say it because they don't want to sound like, quote unquote, old head haters. But I think a lot of them are like, man, if I played today, like, okay, think about your Reggie Millers, your Del Currys, your Glenn Rices, your Steve Smiths, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, all these dudes. I know when they watch the NBA today, they like, there you go, Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. There you go, Sid Bubba. I know that if them dudes are all sitting back, like, if I played today, if I could just come down and take 15 threes in one game, oh my gosh, right?
I'm getting 30.
Right. Think about a dude like Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice was nasty when he was playing with the Hornets, right?
Hornets,
and when he was playing with the Heat, it was a problem. Imagine if he played today.
I wonder does Dale have those dinner conversations with Steph and
I know he does.
He has to. Man, y'all know y'all lucky. Y'all lucky. Y'all get it from me. But if I had the opportunity to shoot it like y'all, oh, trust me, I would have been up there in them record books too, son. But good job. That's why you my boy. That's why you're a Curry.
Right. You know
kept it in the name.
You know he does.
Wardell Curry. You kept it in the junior. My namesake lives on no matter what. Right.
So wait, Edward Jackson, why are you saying I'm disrespecting David Robinson? I want to hear that. Because I didn't disrespect D-Rob. Sports Talk Daily says Jordan got swept twice in the first round. Is he still considered it?
Ignore it. Just don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you, Bruce. Don't let it get to you. Remember your pressure points. Remember your pressure points.
Yes, Sports Talk Daily.
Right? That was a troll right there.
He may be the killer of killers.
If you want to look at it, I'm gonna respond to Sports Talk only. Every great had some bad point in their career.
That's right.
Every single great has something to point at in their career. LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, Iverson, T-Mac, Tim Duncan. You can name anybody, right? Everybody had a bad point in their career. That was just one of Jordan's. That was his bugaboo.
There you go.
Right? You know, everybody had a bugaboo at one point in time. Kobe had multiple, and I hated it. I hated every moment of it. No, not trolling. He said LeBron can't be a killer because he got swept in the finals. Who said that? Oh, he must be talking about somebody in the comments.
Yeah, it got to be somebody in the chat. I didn't say that. I said LeBron is not a killer because he lacked the requisite skill set. He needs too much to get going, right?
Yeah.
All the dudes that we named just about can take you themselves, right?
Yeah.
And LeBron is not a dude that can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Now, granted, I will give LeBron that he has had hot flashes a lot in his career. I mean, they call it LeBron. They called it LeBronto for a reason. Like he just straight renamed an entire city because he just they couldn't do anything with him. From game winners and stuff like that. I mean, Braun definitely had his moments, but if you look at like when the lights are those key moments, you know, it's not like him off of isolation taking a shot. You're not really worried about him like at the end of the game, them last 2 minutes when you need that jumper. He's just more so, you know, doing what he does best. And granted, he does it better than anybody. He takes it to the cup.
Yeah,
he takes it to the cup and he'll get a foul, or he's going to give you that layup or something like that that's going to end the game. But granted, he has game winners as well. But it's just not like he's going to score 15 straight just off of just pure jump shots. Carmelo Anthony, I forgot to name him. That's another one.
How did we forget Melo?
Yeah,
Melo destroyed
as soon as I said pull up shots, I thought of Melo.
Right. Yeah, killer in the mid range.
Melo is a killer at every point of the floor, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. So Sports Talk only says 45, 15, and 5 on 70% versus Boston, and he ain't a killer. So I think you might have missed it, or maybe you got in the chat after I said it. Yeah, but I did talk about that game, and I actually said, to me, that was the one game where I saw LeBron and truly thought, oh my God, he is killing here. So I definitely gave him his flowers for that. After we get off, you can look at the replay and you can see I definitely gave him his flowers for doing that.
And we mentioned the Detroit game as well. You just came a little late, Sports Talk only. We mentioned these games already. Did you go back, rewind the podcast a little bit to the beginning? We mentioned those games.
We talked about all that. So it's not that. So like I said, but I think you're in your feelings because clearly you're a LeBron fan. What happens here is what I was saying is the guys that we talk about when we talk about killers, those guys got skill sets to really be able to actually work somebody out without help, right? If you look at LeBron, he so often needs that screen, that high screen to get going and get going downhill, right? Because he's not a guy, like he has that really awkward, like look down, step back three thing that he likes to think he's a master at. He's really not. Like, but
I like that, Chuck.
If you look at him, like he's not, there's no killer stat in the box scores and eye testing context, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we're referencing right there. Yeah.
But Chuck, the thing about LeBron fans is that they're always looking in the box score. They need tangible stats because that's how LeBron has trained them, right? Get stats, right? But that's why he can get away with what he's doing. This topic was not to indict LeBron, but since it was brought up, the whole thing is that He wants to build the paper man. He wants to build the paper resume. But when you watch him, it's like, okay. Like you watch him and you're like, his game doesn't do it for you like Dream or Kareem or Kobe or Mike or Melo or KD, all these dudes, or Tim Duncan, right? Tim Duncan, the big damn fundamental, right? But he had way more moves and way more actual skills than LeBron does, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. All right, sports talk only. I get it. You're a LeBron guy. You got it, brother.
Even I like LeBron, man, and this is not me trying to negate anything the man has done, but obviously you're not understanding when we say killers. Clearly not understanding when we're saying killers. Like,
there's
LeBron is the best at what he does. Is he the best at what he does? Absolutely. You ain't stopping it, right? Lower the shoulder, go to the rim. If you ever, like with me and you watch a Lakers game, or even because I ain't become a LeBron fan really strongly until he went back to Cleveland. But when he came back to Cleveland, I was like, all right, man, the man got me now. Like, the man is legit. But I turned it off when he went to Miami. I hated it because that was like, oh, now he could definitely pass Kobe in this moment right here. It was all about Kobe back there. But anyway, that's not the point. When you look at the way he's able to just run downhill, right? Lower the shoulder, get to the cup. You ever watch me watch a LeBron game, basketball game, and he's in it? I'm always yelling, go to the cup. If he shoots it, I get nervous. I'm like, okay, he got it, boy. All right, Bron, good shot. But I'm yelling, go to the cup. Do what you do the best. You're the best ever of driving to the basket, getting a bucket, getting to the free throw line. Granted, you're not the best of free throw shooters, but that's just one thing that he does best. Kobe, Bron, Melo, KD, T-Mac, all them guys, they can hit you from point A, point B, point C, point D, point E, off of pure isolation. Pure isolation. One-on-one. I'm giving you this work. Kobe double team, giving 2 guys work, 3 guys work, spin move, like I said, spin move, pivot, throw it off the backboard, lace it up, pass it to the corner. Those are things you can't teach. Footwork, fundamentals, pull up jump shots, able to turn around, do a post fade off a back foot, right? Shooting the ball from behind the backboard because you just know how to, like, you got that touch and that art. That's just a lot of things. Melo, man, Melo. We mentioned that Sneed. Melo, bro. Melo would give you buckets anytime, any day, any place. What's that boy, Jake Paul? Anytime, any day, any place.
Right.
Like, Melo would give you buckets in the post. He pulling up from 3, lacing up from the mid range. Man, kid's a killer, man. Melo was definitely a killer. I think him and KD being on the same team, I probably have a panic attack. Like, because them boys, man, KD was super efficient, didn't really need a lot of touches.
Right.
Melo, once he got going, golly, man, it's just, I can go on and on about
you're right.
Crazy
You're right.
killers.
Right.
This topic, like we said, was more so just referencing the coldest killers. We got some good ones in there, man. I like Bernard King. I like my man mentioned Jamal Crawford. Man, Jamal Crawford was a sneaky one. Yeah. Jamal Crawford was a sneaky one, man.
Yo, he's a problem on the low. But again, what it comes down to, Transformer, is you got to have the skill set to be able to do that. And I think that is where, and again, it's not taking a shot at him, but it's where LeBron comes up short, because he has put so much into being able to play for a long time, but he hasn't put the same effort into increasing his skill set to the level that it should be at to be in the discussions that he's in. And that, to me, is like, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? I
mean, I'm not going to say I have a problem with it.
I do.
To him, it was more like, if it ain't broke, I ain't finna fix it. Like, I'm the best at it. I'm just continuing, because to me, there's no right or wrong way. Like, these players, they did it their way. They had a skill set. LeBron figured out a way. Like, these dudes can't stop me. Zion Williamson style. Zion should look more at LeBron. Like, hey, yo, I have a body and a skill set where I'm just like, I can truly be dominant this way. I'm just too goddamn fat. Monty Ellis. Oh, Monty Ellis is a good one. I like that one too. Monty Ellis was a cold one.
So I just looked it up using AI, right? How many playoff clutch shots does Michael Jordan have? So this is interesting. They always talk about, the LeBron people, how LeBron has more than Michael Jordan, but there's actually no recorded number for Michael Jordan's career playoff clutch shots. That
playoff or career? Did you ask for the career or playoffs?
No, career playoff. Well, let's see. How many playoff clutch shots does Michael Jordan have?
Oh, playoff clutch shots.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
And the response is Michael Jordan is known for his incredible clutch performances in the playoffs, but there isn't a specific account readily available for the exact number of game-winning or game-tying shots in the final seconds of playoff games, which means, and I can't believe this is the first time I actually looked it up, they've been lying to us all this time because apparently they weren't keeping the records all this time for clutch playoff shots. So we don't have the numbers for Michael Jordan, but they've been telling us that LeBron has more than him. That's interesting.
Because I could have sworn somebody pulled that up. I wonder why AI ain't picking it up.
I know.
Let me see. Which AI are you using?
Copilot.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask ChatGPT.
So this says Kobe has 9. Yeah, check ChatGPT. This says Kobe has 9 clutch shots in the playoffs. Isn't that what LeBron has?
Let me see. We're about to find out.
Steve, man, you crazy, man.
Michael Jordan never actually played basketball. It's a myth. He wasn't even there. He was in our brains.
So Sports Talk only says they started in 96 according to the data he got the most. So this is interesting. So if they started in 96, that means Mike was in the league for 12 years already before they even started counting this metric. So I'm going to leave that right there. It's all an optical illusion. The NBA started in 2003 when LeBron was drafted. So wait. I've been imagining.
What was the question you asked before you stopped? What is the question you asked?
How many playoff clutch shots does Michael Jordan have?
Clutch shots, not game winners.
Mm-hmm. No, clutch shots. Because clutch shots is
anything between I think in the last 2 minutes of the basketball game.
No, I think it's tighter than that. What is the definition of a clutch shot in the NBA? I really was about to type clutch with a K. See, that's the type of mental power these people have. Oh my gosh.
So while there isn't an official NBA statistic specifically called playoff clutch shots, they did name several iconic game winners and clutch performances.
So then how have they been telling us all these years that LeBron has more than Jordan and Kobe?
Game winners.
Is that what the number is?
Game winners, yeah.
Okay.
If you go to by game winners, then that's what that's what
is
LeBron
pretty
has
good.
the
Sports
most
Talk only.
Yeah. Clutch with a K.
Yeah, I know, right? Here's a good one. Big Shot Bob.
Bob.
He made a whole lot of
that 3 against Sacramento, baby.
Yeah, he made a lot of big ones. He made big ones to help out my guy Dream. He made big ones to help out Timmy. Made big ones to help out your guys.
Kobe, Shaq.
Yeah.
Hey, Sacramento ain't been the same since Big Shot Bob. Okay, Sacramento hasn't recovered, bro.
He hurt them dudes. But anyway, the point is we kind of got off track. Sorry. We kind of got off track here. But the point we were trying to make was we just wanted to have a little fun with this topic of talking about the coldest killers, but not leaving it just to Mike and LeBron and Kobe. That's why we took Kobe and Mike out, the guys that most people would regard as the coldest killers. And it gave us an opportunity to just, open our brains a little bit to basketball and say, okay, who are some other guys that could be considered killers and who who would be guys that other people would name? And we got some good ones on this topic, man. I really like that. You ready to go ahead and open up the phone lines on this?
No, absolutely, bro.
All right, let's do it. So 904-219-8264 is the number. It's in the chat and it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. I would love to hear anybody's thoughts on that. If anybody wants to call up and give their thoughts on who are the NBA's coldest killers, man. Because I didn't like how Gilbert tried to frame it. Clearly, he was trying to position his guy LeBron to, be seen in a certain light. But realistically, I think there's a reason that no one sees LeBron that way, unless you're right, Shannon Sharp or Gilbert Arenas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not hating, but there's just a reason that people don't see LeBron that way, because the skill set's not there. And it's okay, because LeBron can sleep well at night knowing, hey, I've scored more points than anybody in the history of professional basketball. I've had a hell of a run. Let's go ahead and take this. Laker Nation, what's good, brother? How you?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right.
This is a funny topic. I'm glad Friday just brought this up. You know, I got everybody thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But first thing I'm gonna say is Gil's a troll.
He had that. That was a troll to me.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
I'll say that. He knows what he's doing.
He got to get clicks and views for his show. So
Yeah.
like that's smart business on
Yes.
his point. He don't believe half of stuff.
He can't.
How can you can claim that Kobe's your favorite player and you from Cali, from LA, and then you're gonna call Kobe and then slander Kobe the way he do? Like Kobe's still alive, he wouldn't say half the stuff either.
Right. And it's interesting. Dreamers Pro had an interesting take on it, because he's like, Gil did a whole long, hour plus long live about how he scored 60 against Kobe. So if Kobe's not that dude, why was that such a big deal? You know what I'm saying? So
correct.
Good point.
Absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
That 60 you gave him don't matter.
That was his only one too. That was his only one too. But, y'all. I know we said Tim Duncan, but y'all forgetting on that squad that Timmy had two other killers on that roster with him. LeBron knows these dudes all too well, Mr. Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili.
But in my opinion, they didn't throughout their entire career, they were killers. I'm more so saying overall skill set. Like, you came into a game, you had to have a game plan for freaking Carmelo. You had to find a way to stop KD. You know what I mean? Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, they don't really fit that mold of we have to focus on you the entire game, right? That was more so Timmy. Now, granted, those are great guys, Hall of Famers. I'm not saying nothing bad about them, but I won't classify them as killers.
Why are you not going to classify Tony Parker and Ginobili as a killer? Why? Because they didn't go on another game.
I could see Ginobili,
they didn't get traded to a team and had to kill by themselves. It's because they killed together. Don't mean they not killers.
Okay, Nate, give me a game. Give me a memorable game. Are you quiet?
Man.
See how I got you?
Against the Lakers. When they hit the Lakers.
Yeah, to think about that one, ooh, man.
How many of our championship runs did they end?
Say again.
Against those Lakers, I remember which game was it that we couldn't stop Tony Parker to save our lives.
Okay, that's one.
I can't think. I can't even remember the game. We already know what he did in the finals. What they did in the finals. Kobe even said Ginobili was the hardest person on that Spurs team to guard anyway.
Yeah, he created the flop.
Ginobili, I'll give you. Ginobili had something.
He created
different.
the Euro step.
Yep, created the Euro and the flop.
No, he didn't create the Euro step. D-Rob did the Euro step early on, because remember, he played USA basketball in, I want to say, 88. And when but when he came back and he was doing the Euro step, they were calling him for travel, even though it was clean Euro step. But so Ginobili didn't create it. He was just the dude that popularized it in the league.
Yeah.
And got it to where it wasn't considered traveling.
And more so back to Chuck Brewer, right? If that's the bar for killer, then there are hundreds of killers. You can shut Tony Parker down. You can clamp him up. You can clamp up Ginobili. You ain't clamping KD. You ain't clamping Kobe. You ain't clamping Jordan. That's what we mean killers. If we throw the rock, the building, the glass house, everything at you, we are still in trouble. Because all it takes is one shot to go in. All of a sudden, they go to the next one. They go to the next one. They go to the next one. That's not Tony Parker. That's not Manu Ginobili for me. No, all due respect to the game. All due respect to the game, absolutely. But, that's my definition of killer. I can throw everything at you, and we just can't stop you in a routinely basis. Like not just I'm talking one game throughout their career. I'm talking like 85% of the season. You're getting buckets by this guy. Like you're getting killed. Like we can't stop this one guy. Right? That's my definition of killer, brother.
Well, there's one guy that we forgot because his career was so short.
We'll give it to us.
But
pause.
I'll give you a hint. He made a name for himself playing alongside Derrick Rose.
Amari Stoudemire?
Ben Gordon.
Oh, damn.
Ben Gordon.
I went New York.
Yeah, Ben Gordon was sick.
Ben Gordon was solid.
He was
like
he was
Ben
sick
Gordon,
when he was in that shootout in the playoffs against the Celtics. Him and Ray Allen were going at it. Ben Gordon was a problem.
Ooh.
I feel bad for him. He had a lot of mental health issues when he finished playing, man. A lot.
Oh, Ben Gordon?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
well, no, I'm not being funny. That's why I'm saying I feel bad for the brother.
It happened when he was in the league. That's why his career was so short. But he was a problem. Even when he left there, he was still getting buckets before he left. And another one that we forgot is Stephon Marbury.
So Steph was nasty. He was real nasty. For some reason, like he had killer ability. For some reason, I don't feel like he was a killer, but I love Steph. I was a big fan of his, but I don't know. There's something, I don't know what it is that's holding me back. Theoretically, he probably could be on that list, but there's something that's not sitting right with me about putting him in the list with those other guys.
To me, it has to be longevity too.
But the top of the list, or of course, Curry. Only person I know that's ever played basketball got triple team before he even touched the ball.
Yeah, that is wild.
40.
Yeah,
you caught him at half court.
Thank you, Sid Bubba. That's a great one. Yeah, my bad.
KD, Bernard King, like I mentioned earlier. Larry Bird. Mitch Richmond. But I wouldn't. but the obvious killers, we already mentioned the obvious ones. So
right.
There's no reason to mention their names again. It depends on your definition.
I think so.
Like it's really only there's a lot of people that can hoop that played the game, but there's only in each era. If you count 10 years, in each era, there's only a handful of true killers that you're afraid of every night.
Yeah, I see that.
Game plan to try to stop them, and they still give you the business. There's only a handful.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
we should do something like that.
If we saying that, as much as I'm not a fan of
players of each decade,
as much as I'm not a fan, then I think James Harden has to be on that list because he had a stretch where he was destroying people
and got in the playoffs and just went
cold
as ice.
Now too, that he's that guy in the Clippers now.
Edward, you're right though.
He's going back to his Houston days.
But the thing, my thing with James Harden is that it goes it's like the flame goes out in the playoffs.
Yes.
The flame goes out. And it's like, dang, like where's James Harden at? And a lot of it is because he got, like, when he played in Houston, he got to that free throw line a lot. One of the greatest fakers of getting the foul and that little swing through to get the hook around the arm to get the NBA. And they stopped calling that when it gets to the playoffs. And then he fades to black, like, damn, I'm not getting calls. I'm not getting calls. And he lets that mess with his game a lot. So I want to put James Harden in that conversation, but for me, he's not. He's not in my conversation as a killer.
No, that's fair. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not gonna put James Harden on in this for this one reason alone. And then I'll let somebody else call in. When they changed the foul rule when his second year in Philly, he was never the same again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why
that swing through. Because they call it. Yeah. They call it now. They be like, "Oh, you're swinging."
Used to do when when you go up for his shot, to fight you in to get that foul. Kobe mastered that move too.
Sure did.
But I'll take that back. All the offensive players mastered that move, and when they went out, because if you reach, they get into the free throw line.
Facts.
So
Facts.
when they got through with when they took that away, Harden, you see his production and all that went down.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right, man. You got anything else for us?
One more thing.
Yeah.
You guys might disagree. This might show a whole. I'll put Giannis in there too, even though he doesn't have.
No.
He's been working on his jump shot.
I got
He's
it.
getting better.
You had a great conversation, man. Bye.
I'm gonna
not
pay more
stopping
attention. No, we've seen many years that he got stopped in the playoffs. They just built that proverbial
Built the wall.
and because he didn't have the skill set. Nah,
He's improving.
He's
that's what I'm
improving.
saying.
I would
I'm gonna,
agree.
I'm gonna watch him
He's
working more
improving.
to
His
look for
jump
that.
shot is getting better.
Well, it better. Hasn't he been in the league like 10 years? It got to get better.
And Bruce, you can't be biased, man.
I'm not. No. I like Giannis. I'm a Giannis fan. I do.
You gotta acknowledge that he's doing something that some other players not doing, is improving their game. And not
I get it.
what's working.
No. In all seriousness, I'm a Giannis fan, right? I am. But I will pay more attention and watch him play some more this season.
You don't have. I'm sorry.
You good?
Y'all get off the nutsack of the 3-point line, man. You ain't gotta be shooting 93s to be a fucking dominant player.
You know we agree with you on that, right? We've been saying
I'm
that.
talking about this dude in the chat.
Oh, okay.
He shoots 17% from the three.
Don't worry about it.
You ain't gotta be dominant from the 3-point line to be a dominant player, man. Not everybody's Steph Curry. Get off the nutsack of the 3-point line.
That's how the modern fan and the modern player has been programmed.
Exactly, fanatic.
Yeah, it's about
the fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go to somebody else and call in. I ain't gonna hijack the show.
All right, brother.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you calling in.
No doubt, man. Have a good night.
Hey, Lakers in 4.
My guy.
All right, fam.
While we're here, I pulled up the Chat GPT.
Okay.
Playoff buzzer beaters.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan has 3. Bron has 5.
Okay.
Now, even though Bron has more than him, they referenced that Michael Jordan's were the most iconic, of course, the shot
right.
from the Cavaliers, clinching the series to jump over the Knicks, and of course, the one that beats them all, the NBA Finals Game 1 buzzer beater over the against the Utah Jazz, the infamous push off against the Utah Jazz.
Mm-hmm. So quick, you know what? Let's look at something real quick. Let's go to Basketball Reference, and then we'll move to the final topic. But before we do, I'm just curious to know how many total playoff games each of them has. Just want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure LeBron probably wipes him out by a wide margin.
You don't say.
Yeah, wipes anybody out. Man, wait, he made it to what, 8 straight NBA Finals? I mean, that run alone, he probably got more than Jordan.
Yeah, well, let's see. Playoffs. 287 career playoff games, which is easily the most of all time. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. I'm not really huge fan of the longevity stats, but it's all good, you know.
Now, granted,
you still had
this was in a 9-year stretch that LeBron did this.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan had an 8-year stretch in which he did it. So,
what the buzzer beaters?
Buzzer beaters. The buzzer beaters was in a 9-year stretch for LeBron and a 8-year stretch for Michael Jordan. So, just a year difference on that.
Okay, yeah. So I'm looking here. LeBron has more than 100 more career playoff games than Michael Jordan. So we'll leave that where it is. All right, cool. Good topic. I thought it was interesting, and we definitely had the benefit of really, thinking about some players that maybe don't get a lot of shine too often.
Yeah,
that definitely could be in that killer category. So that was awesome.
What do you think about the idea of a segment? And you guys, let me know what you guys think in the chat.
Hold on, we can't move on, Bruce.
Oh, Bruce Caller, go ahead.
Yeah. Hold that thought. Let's take this and then hold that thought. Bruce, what up, man?
What's going on with you, dummy?
Chilling.
What's good, stupid?
Hey, man. What's up, stupid? Fuck it is, stupid. Listen to me, man.
Yes, sir.
This of the killer list.
Y'all
got feeling tonight. Killers? So I ain't talk about one of the. You got most definitely got to put him in top 3. I'm bumping Kobe out that top 3 for this guy.
Okay. Well, we took Mike and Kobe out for the sake of a better discussion.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about the top 3 all time. You talk about killers? I'm bumping Kobe out and I'm putting this guy in. I'm putting Stephen Wardell Curry. Killer, babyface assassin?
No.
Are you crazy?
No.
Who transcended the game?
No.
Who changed the game?
No.
Who you got to pick up 90 feet?
No.
Stephen Wardell Curry? Are you crazy?
No.
You got a game plan for Stephen Wardell Curry?
No. You can't.
Are you tripping?
You can't say
the nose is funny.
No.
Let me talk.
No.
4-time champion, 2-time MVP. Stephen Wardell Curry? Are you crazy?
I love Steph. I do.
But
you can't put him over Kobe as a killer.
Babyface assassin is in no shape or form a colder killer than Kobe.
Right. Let's put because when it came to it, right, in those situations, Kobe could hit the 3, right, which obviously Steph could do. But here's the difference: like Kobe's skill set and his size and strength make up a bigger part of the difference and make him more varied offensively because he can go into the post and destroy people. Steph doesn't have that in his game, right? So like I think Kobe can score obviously in ISO, he can score in the post, he can score in the mid-range deadly, he can score all the way out to 3. Like he's got more areas on the floor where he can do damage to you than Steph can. And so I think that's what the difference is in terms of being like the killer because when you have a wider skill set, that makes you more of and we got to remember Steph don't defend like Kobe either. Like when we talking about killers here, of course the offensive guys get all the credit, but what Kobe could do to you on the other side of the ball, that really has to matter as well. Go ahead, Transformer. I thought you had something there.
No, I was just agreeing with Laker Nation about this. You know, cocaine is a powerful drug. But no. I like what Brucey is trying to say. Brucey number 2 is trying to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got like he has refined the game of basketball. You have to guard the 3-point line entirely different. But that doesn't make you more of a killer than Kobe. Kobe was shooting from 35 feet before Steph got in the league. Lacing them from 35, lacing them from 30. Now he wasn't jacking them up as much, but that just goes to the length of his game. He can shoot from that distance, but he can also take you to 15 feet and put you in a blender. Right? You know what I mean? Put you in a post, put you in a blender. Take it to the cup. Bam all over you if I need to. Right? Those type of moves made Kobe just more of a threat than me just trying to worry about the 3-point line. Because, I mean, we know if Steph goes cold, that's pretty much his game. Now, later on in his career, Curry has definitely developed getting inside the paint more, a lot more floaters, a lot more inside game. But Kobe was like that from the day he stepped into the league. You know, you got to guard him at all 3 phases of the basketball game. To me, that's what makes him a little bit more tougher. Steph has been able to thrive in a league where you can't touch. Glove would have had him hiding.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Hand checking would have definitely changed.
Hand checking would have definitely changed. GP was nasty on ball. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Saying this. Okay, we talk about killers, excluding championships, right?
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, we just talking about skills.
Yeah, we don't talk championships.
One time, the disrespect and the blasphemy, not to mention Russell Westbrook. Are you crazy? Killer?
No.
Killer. Russell Westbrook?
Like he was nasty, but so again, my problem with Westbrook, like his thing is he just got to get out and run as fast as he can because he was faster than most guys and he got out jumped. But like if you really look, like where's his skill set though? Again, he wasn't a particularly good defender, which is weird because he came into the league as a defender out of college. So I don't know what happened. I guess he just said bump that. But Westbrook for a guy that big and strong, he can't take you into the post. Kind of weird. He can't shoot. All these years, he still can't shoot. That's kind of weird. So it's like, how can you be a killer if you're missing so much in your game, right? If you have a team that has enough defense and athletes to slow him down, he becomes not near the player that he wants to be. And so to me, when somebody can When a team can take you out of what you're trying to do that easily, it's hard for me to see you as a killer. Yeah. See what I'm saying, Bruce?
I hear you, man. Hey, Bruce, why is it like it's always your word is law and your opinion the only ones that matter?
I didn't say that, but I will say this: I'm very confident in my opinion because I almost always try to back my opinion with facts. That's why I'm very confident. Like you got some people that just say that's my opinion; it can't be wrong. Really, 3 + 3 is 10. That can't be wrong? That's your opinion? Like there's people like that. So not saying you, but there are people like that.
Yeah, you know how you feel. Stop acting like you haven't agreed with me. Stop acting like you haven't agreed with me on numerous occasions.
We've agreed on a lot of things, man. We agreed on a lot of things, definitely.
We got good chemistry, man. Just admit it, man.
I rocks with you, Bruce. I rocks with you, man.
Hey, man. So, killers, I'm just talking about unsung killers that kind of forgot about. If you never got hurt.
Rod Strick, that's one.
How great DeMarcus Cousins would have been.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one. Great one. Yes.
Hey, Boogie and Sacktown? Boy.
Yeah. He was just about to get paid and he blew out his damn Achilles. He was just about to get a quarter bill.
Listen, that man was a boy. He was tough. That man was tough.
Sports talk, really?
All right, cool. Tell me
you got your opinion, my brother. It's all good. It's all good.
Because, y'all. Yeah. Because, man. I wish you never got hurt, man.
Boogie was a force, man. Boogie was a force.
Yes, he was.
What about, listen, I never unforgotten when he would have never got hurt. Brandon Roy.
Yeah, we mentioned him earlier. Yeah. Nah, Brandon Roy is a problem. Yeah.
Hey, let me divvy off the NBA for one player that was a killer in college. And he got hurt and destroyed his career. Jason Williams when he was at Duke.
Oh yeah.
He
was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, but I think Boogie Cousins would have been one of the greatest centers ever. He would have stayed healthy, man. It was a beautiful thing.
I don't know about one of the greatest centers ever, but he was a monster though. I can't front on him.
Hey, I heard y'all say something about you was divvying on. You say you wasn't going to talk about it, but you dug into it, man. So I'm gonna say something about it. Bruce.
What you got, man?
When you talk about how that's all LeBron got. Only way he could score is to come off the screen or pick a pick. Some bull crap he was spewing.
Man, he needs that screen at the top, man. He needs that.
You don't need that. Stop that. Stop that like you ain't never see LeBron blow past defenders a million times.
Okay.
In his career.
Well, I'll say this. Just how about this, right? You watch the next Laker game and just get a pen and a pad.
Well, not now. Not now. He's old, man. Not now. No, that's not fair. Bruce, be fair. Brucey number one, be fair. Just go back to 2010, 2011. At least put him in his prime. You're 40 now.
He still used those a lot, though. He still used those a lot.
Did not. Stop it, Bruce.
Okay, cool. All right.
Hey, man, go watch a 40-year-old. See how many screens he needs. The boy need help.
Don't even start with the he needs help. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Don't need every screen he can get at 40. All right. Hell.
Right.
Hey, young fella, come check this dude. Come check this man.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
well, Bruce,
man,
you got anything else, man? We gotta move on to this last topic, my brother.
Nice, Bruce.
All right,
I
man.
appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
All right.
Bruce is a wild dude, man. All right, let's go ahead and get to this last topic.
I like that Boogie one, though. Wait,
you were about to say something before Bruce called. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah. So it got me to I'm thinking, future topics. Yeah. What about if we were to break down over the last, I would say 4 decades and name our top 3 and top 5? What would you guys think about that conversation?
Top 3 and top 5 what?
Killers of the game.
For the last 40 years?
Yeah. Because everybody's about 40. Roughly 40, 35, 40.
Tough. Wow.
Like by decade, who would you say was the more dominant? We could say dominant players, more forceful killers, the biggest problems that you had to deal with. What do you think about that one? Chat, let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, let us know what you think, and
That was more chit chat. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and let's hit this last topic, and then we'll move. And then that'll be it for the night. All right. This one. So thinking about
your dreams.
thinking about basketball, right? Obviously, it got me thinking because so many times we hear about the competition that LeBron James had to play against in the finals, and a lot of times we hear the whole, "Oh, Jordan didn't have to play against anybody. That era was weak," and blah blah blah. Right? Give who credit, Edward Jones? What you talking about, man?
I think you're talking to somebody in the chat.
Oh, okay. Now he says Bruce #1, so I don't know what he's talking about. But anyway, we so often hear, and I know you hear this too, Transformer, that Michael Jordan didn't play against anybody good in the finals, and LeBron had to play against as blah blah blah, right? He had to play against better competition. So that got me thinking about all-time great teams, and also I was watching earlier. What is that? The 30 for 30. What is it? Lakers versus Celtics, best of enemies. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
you seen that, right, Transformer?
Mm-hmm.
Watch it again, man. As much
so
as
watch it again. Watch it again.
As much as we came up on the short end, man, it just how I feel about that, man. It's so beautiful, so beautiful, man. And like I watched it, and what's funny? I still get mad when I see Magic hit that hook in the lane in 85. Sorry, still get mad. But you know how I feel about Magic. But anyway, no, the point is it was so wonderful. But anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. But no, it got me thinking about like all-time great teams in basketball history, because like one of the things they were saying was that 86 Celtics team and then those 86 Lakers that were supposed to meet up, those were arguably like probably two of the top 4 teams ever in history. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it got me thinking, all right, cool. And then I thought about, I always talk about how Dream is so underrated. Then I thought about the 95 Rockets and the run that they made. And I actually, this is before you joined the show, Transformer, had a guy on, his name's Tony. He's on the Hoopstorians podcast. Yeah. And he broke down to me why the 95 Rockets, get this, had the greatest playoff run in the history. And so I said, let's do a little quick topic on this, because yes, we're done with LeBron for tonight. So he broke down to me why he believes the 95 Houston Rockets had the greatest playoff run ever. And the way he frames that argument, it's a very legitimate argument. So
I liked it.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and play that, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. So this is a clip from an episode that I did maybe a year and a half ago with Tony from the Hoopstorians podcast. Really good. You can go back and see the entire episode if you look back through the show and on the channel. But here's the important clip, and then we'll come back and talk about it, because I thought it was really good the way he framed this. Tony, you told me when we first met that you believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, the 1995 Houston Rockets are the best championship team of all time. Is that correct?
Not the best. A whole lot of teams would beat them. I believe they are the greatest team.
The greatest. Okay, go ahead and tell us why the 1995 Houston Rockets are the greatest championship team of all time.
Well, first off, we have to separate what greatest and best is, and I'll just make an example of this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If me and Michael Jordan played basketball one-on-one, right? He beat me 11-0, okay? And then in the second game, I beat him 11-9. Okay. He would have a better win than me. He beat me by 11. I beat him by 2. But the fact that I beat Jordan, I would have the greater win. Even though I only won by 2 and he won by an 11, I have the greater win. It is the greater accomplishment for me to beat Jordan than Jordan to skunk me in a game.
Fair.
That is the difference between greater and best. So when I say that they are the greatest, I mean they are the greatest. They accomplished the most amazing thing. There are a bunch of teams better than them. So as far as that goes, the 95 Rockets are the only team ever to beat 4 55-win plus teams. Not only the only team to beat 4 55-win teams, they beat teams that were 4 57-plus win teams. They're also the only team ever to beat the top 4 teams by record in the same playoffs. They did it all on the road. Not only did they do it all on the road, they did it in every single fashion. And then not only did they do it in every single fashion, every single round they beat someone, they beat an MVP. So when you talk about they beat guys that were like top 7 guys, the lowest they beat was, let's see, who would be the lowest at? David Robinson, maybe? Charles Barkley? Where do you guys have them at? 25, 30? So the top 30, they beat 4 of the top 30 players. So let's start off. In the first round, They go down to the Jazz 0-2. They win game 5 because it was only best of 5 back then in the Delta Center. They win. Then they go down 0-2 against the Suns, who won 59 wins. Oh, by the way, the Jazz won 60. So then they go down 0-2 against the Suns, 3-1 against the Suns. They come back. They win game 7 on the road in Phoenix, 4-3. Then they take on the top-rated seed and the MVP that year of the 62-win Spurs. They win the first 2 on the road. They lose the next 2 at home. They win the next 2. They win in 6. And Hakeem dominated that series. What, 35, 11,
35, 12, 5, and 4.
Yeah, something like that. Then the next one, he dominated Shaq, and they swept them. They were down by 18. They came back in the first round, won in overtime. Kenny Smith at the time set the record for most threes in a finals game.
7.
Yes. Then and then not only that, he went up against Shaq. He averaged 32, 12. He averaged another 32 and 12. So that is why they're the greatest team. They are the only team to win all 4 on the road. They're the only team to beat the top 4. They had there was no weak team they beat.
So
I laughed at that one too. That's funny you put it up there.
Yeah.
King of the Plumbers was funny. He's the Super Mario of the
It
NBA.
is start making athletes till 2003. That's classic.
Oh man.
But let them tell it. That's exactly what it is, right? But anyway, let's move on. So the way he broke that down, right? Obviously, I knew that was a great team. And normally I remember that playoff run for what Olajuwon did to then reigning MVP, David Robinson, in that Western Conference Finals series, where I always say that is the single greatest demolition of a player of that caliber for an entire series that we've ever seen. We've never seen a player that good get destroyed in a man-to-man matchup for a whole series. Not one quarter, not one game, for 6 games, an entire series. So just putting that to the side, think about that. You beat 4 57-win teams on the way. You freaking have every series on the road. You beat the 4 top teams by record. You beat an MVP in every round, and you come back from 2 separate 1-3 deficits.
That was tough.
That was tough, right? So I guess
08 to 2010 Lakers had a run, but Jesus, that's a run.
Right.
That's
so
a run.
I was about to say, that begs the question, do you believe that's the greatest playoff run of any team ever? It's a fair argument, but what do you think?
I mean, just off of that puts it in a tough category the way he broke it down. Like I said, when I was listening to him, I was like, okay, at first he was saying the 50-plus win teams. I'm like, well, the Lakers did that. The Lakers, the 08 to 2010 beat 10 Lakers for 3 straight seasons. Every team they faced in the playoffs except one was a 50-plus win team. But as he broke it down, he was like, okay, they had an MVP on every team. And I'm like, ooh, damn, okay.
Yeah, every
they
opponent.
have an MVP on every team, and they were the lower ranked team. I'm like, okay, now they the underdog in every series.
Shaq and D-Rob, yep.
Yo, you the underdog in every series. You go down in every series, in 2 of the series. I'm like, yeah, that's a little tough.
Yeah,
3. Yeah, my bad.
That's wild though.
That's
quick
tough.
note.
That's a playoff run.
As you mentioned, your Lakers in what is that 2008 to 2010 stretch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's crazy about that. And this is just yet another reason why I respect Kobe the way I do. And it's no shade to Magic, because you know how I feel about him.
Yep.
In that 3-year playoff run, Kobe beat more 50-win teams than Magic beat in his entire career in the playoffs. That's real.
Only one team, that was the Utah Jazz. They had about 48 wins, right. I believe. 48 wins. Everybody else for 3 consecutive seasons, everybody was a 50-plus win team.
Yeah, that is super impressive. Super impressive. So,
and he won 2 championships.
Got to get him on with those flowers for that. That's incredible. But yeah, this 95 Rockets run, I'm really having a tough time thinking, has there been a greater championship run? Because again, I believe they had the 6th seed in that run. So to have to do it every series on the road, I don't know. I can't see it. Chat. They
were 6 seeded. Yeah, 47 and 35.
So chat, does anyone in the chat believe that there has been a greater or more impressive playoff run than those 95 Rockets? Based on what we heard, I think I can speak for Transformer and say we are fairly certain there may not have been one and may not ever be one again like that. Does anyone
A
else
tougher
think
run?
that there's one? Yeah.
Okay, just make sure we're agreeing on the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, the first round they beat the Jazz. Yeah.
So
Then
Bruce,
the
I feel you, but
Suns.
did you listen to what
Spurs?
Did you listen to what the Rockets did that made that such an incredible run? Like,
Yeah, the Warriors was the favorite without
well.
question. They were favored in every freaking game.
Right. And
If that's the case, you got to reference. You got to reference the 2000 Lakers.
And wasn't that the team with KD on it? And again, no shade there, but like, yeah, come on, man. 2011 Mavericks. Tell me about the 2011
Pistons
Mavericks.
that beat the Lakers. Man, but I don't think they had a lot of competition in the East, though.
I don't think so either.
Sneed. I don't think their biggest battle was, biggest feat was, of course, beating us. But I don't think they ran into any real true adversity in the East at the time. What was that? 04? 04, 05. So it was the 04, 05 season. That's when our last title run with Kobe and Shaq was.
Yeah.
Because we won in 2000, 2001, 2002, out of 3, 04, 05.
Yeah. So
I can't think of. I honestly can't think of another great
2017
run.
Warriors. That wasn't. Let's see who they played.
2017 Warriors.
They
were by far. The reason why I like this topic, right, is because the Houston Rockets were the underdog.
Right.
They were a 6 seed.
Right.
Before the season started in 2017, we knew the Warriors gonna win it all.
That's a fact.
We knew they was gonna win. So to us, it's not really that big of a feat. Now, are they probably one of the better teams that we've ever seen? I think that's where you get that difference between best and greaters. Like your man was referencing, like, of course, Jordan is the best. Like, if he beat me 11-0, he's the best.
Right.
But my feat of beating him 11-9 would be the greatest achievement because, man, who the hell thought I was going to beat Jordan, right? So, like, in that case, the 2017 Golden State Warriors, like, they were just the best team. Like, nobody was beating them. So I think there's a difference in conversation that what we're trying to have with the 95 Rockets team. The toughest, gritty playoff run to go win a championship. Yeah. That's more so what we're talking about. In 08, we lost by them in the first round and made it to the playoffs.
Rockets had who's this? Random Clips was good. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I think you're new. Appreciate you stopping in. Rockets had a 3-1 comeback and Drexler. I would say, Rockets had 2 1-3 comebacks in that run. 1995 Rockets probably greatest. Yeah, I think so. Random Clips. I think so. Drexler definitely helped. He definitely helped. He averaged 20 through that playoff series. What up, Brandon? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
It was 1. He had 1.
1 what?
They never went down 0-3. 1-3. Except against the Phoenix Suns.
Okay, so they had 1
It was
1-3
1. Yeah, because they beat the Utah Jazz 3-2.
Okay.
The Phoenix Suns 4-3, but they beat San Antonio 4-2, and then of course they swept Houston. Swept Orlando. So
Orlando.
One time.
Okay, yeah. One time. My bad. Yeah, but yeah, to think that you beat an MVP in every round and man, 4 best teams by record. That I don't. We've never seen that before. Because Bruce, even if you say the 2017 Warriors, absolutely dominant, no question about it. But I was just looking at their who they played in that run. Give me a second, Bruce. Let me bring it back up. So the Warriors in the first round, they played the Blazers. This is 2017. That wasn't a good Portland team. In the second round, they played the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
I can't. Was that? I guess Donovan Mitchell was on that team. Probably, right? I think he was on that.
I'm trying to look something up real quick. What was the question?
My bad. The 2017 Utah Jazz.
2017?
Yeah. Holy crap!
I don't think they got Donovan Mitchell yet.
Nope.
That was still Mike Conley and
the best players on that team
Hayward
and Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Hayward.
Yeah, so come on, man. Nah, this ain't gonna make it. That's a bad argument, Bruce. That's a bad argument. Nino, what's good, my brother? What's good? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, fam.
Nino.
14 Pistons. Let's check that out.
Let me see. I'm looking at them now. Pistons beat the Milwaukee Bucks 4-1. They beat the Nets 4-3, and they beat the Pacers 4-2 before they beat our Lakers 4-1. But I don't believe.
So who the hell were the 2014 Pistons?
2004.
Oh, Bruce says 2014 Pistons. Maybe he went 2004. He probably meant that. Okay.
Yeah, he definitely meant 2004 because they haven't been anything relevant in 2014.
Yeah,
nah,
Bruce
been relevant since they broke up.
Yeah, Bruce. Nobody disrespecting the 2004 Pistons. That was a great team. But I think if we just talking about the greatness of a run in terms of who you play against and the difficulty you faced and all of that, I think the 95 Rockets do have I think they do have the nod on this. Now that does not make them the greatest team, but that makes it the greatest run. So I get it.
No, that's tough,
all right.
I mean, Milwaukee Bucks wasn't much to reference in 2004.
2004 Bucks. That wasn't was that the team that had Gary Payton on it? Gary Payton and Sam Cassell? Maybe not.
The Bucks, bro. The Bucks.
Let's see.
TJ Ford. I mean, Tony Kukoc, Desmond Mason, Michael Reed. Michael Reed was over there.
Okay. Michael Redd. Okay.
Michael Redd, Keith Van Horn, Eric Strickland, Joe Smith. Those guys were nice. Let me see. The Celtics, excuse me. Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin. That was that team. Alonzo Mourning in his later years.
Brandon, not in 95. You're probably thinking about 96. Not in 95. Yeah. In 95, the Shaq and Penny went to the finals and got swept by Dream and the Rockets.
Correct.
Yeah. I was answering Brandon here.
And I think the Timberwolves team, that's KG.
Yo, Sneed is a moron.
Custodial arts to really big start in the 2003 draft.
Yo, let them tell it. That's exactly what it is, man. That's what they're gonna be telling their kids, man. For real.
Yeah, and this was Kevin Garnett, Latrell Sprewell, Wally Zerbiak. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say of course, and I'm referencing Sean here. You play who's in front of you, but that's not the point of the question and the topic. The question is who had
the
more adversity. Yeah, more adversity to go through. Lower seeded and things like that. There was a lot of things that were in that favorably was in Houston's way for them to make that title run.
So Brandon, you missed the clip, but the reason we're saying the 95 Rockets, I'll just run it back real quick, is that what is it? They played an MVP in every round of the playoffs. They're the only team ever to play the top 4 teams by record in the league in every round of the playoffs. They're the only team ever to win all those series while being on the road. And they came back from a 1-3 deficit in one of those series. And there was another stat there that was crazy, but they're the only team ever to beat 4 57+ win teams on the way to a championship. So yeah, that's why we're saying that was the toughest run. To think about, you beat an MVP in every round. You beat a 57+ win. All right, I'll go ahead and I'll replay it. I got you. No, Sneed, I don't have that clip. That was crazy. You're talking about when Bruce Bowen did the running flying sidekick right in Wally Zerbiak's face. That was terrible. Because he took off from the wing, the 3-point wing, and
hit him right in the
Wally. Bow! He looked like a karate kid.
What is he doing? He gonna have everything extended out.
Yeah.
Get out of here, G.
Yeah, like he was deliberately trying to kick him in the face. That joint was terrible. Yeah, Brandon. No, that run was insane, man. Laker Nation, no, you're absolutely right. Everybody was looking at Michael Jordan's return because why? Because he's freaking Michael Jordan. But Dream and Drexler can sleep easy at night knowing what they did that year. No matter who was talking about what. So Anybody got anything else to add? And if we can go ahead and open up the phone lines for this last one, because I just thought this was really interesting and something I wanted to share, because you guys know how much of a fan of Hakeem the Dream I am, and just seeing this, seeing that rewatching that Lakers versus Celtics best of enemies 30 for 30 just got me thinking again about all the all-time great teams and how so often the teams and players of the past don't get their due, especially when it comes to the NBA, because, well, we know why, but I'm not going to go down that road. All right, let's go ahead and take this call. See who this is. Sid Bubble, what's good, bro?
What's good?
Maintaining.
What's up there, shipmated Transformer?
Yes, sir. What's happening?
I got a challenge for that 95 team. I think the 2011 Mavericks.
Yeah, tell me about that.
2000 who?
2011 Mavs that beat the Heat.
Oh, that way to beat the Heat. Gotcha.
But we got to look at how they came. Okay? Yeah. Look who they took out. Okay. They took out Portland, which was a pretty good team. They took out Kobe's Lakers. They took out young OKC and the Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I think that is probably the most memorable finals, because nobody expected them to win.
Facts.
Now the 94, if you remember the 94 Rockets.
Yes.
They had a better record than the 95 Rockets.
They did.
And then you got to remember, Drexler came in and kind of changed history.
Yeah, he came mid-season in 95. And as much as Dream is my guy, I think that he doesn't get that second one if Drexler doesn't come.
That's what I was looking at. And then as far as the superstar impact, I think Dirk's final MVP was legendary. I mean, I know Akeem was dominant, and Akeem is our guy. Even, but you got to think who all they took out. And they didn't, and that team wasn't as talented to me as that Rockets team. For them to do what they did, I have to give them credit. It's just not LeBron, just D-Wade that messed up. That team was a cohesive veteran unit, and they knew how to play. So if we're looking at the greatest underdog story, okay, I'm good with the 95 Rockets because they was the 6th seed, and then they overcame multiple teams. But the most memorable, I would say that 2011 Mavericks.
I'm not mad at that. I think that's two different discussions, but I'm not mad at that, and I think you're right, especially for who they ended up beating in the finals with all the fanfare, and it was like pretty much, almost predetermined that, LeBron was finally going to win and he was going to get crowned and all that, and he didn't, which, warmed my heart a great deal.
Stopped a three-peat for my Lakers.
Oh, it did. It did.
But let me tell you what was tough, though. That young OKC team with Harden, KD, and Westbrook.
Yeah, because they went to the finals the next year. So, obviously they were just a step short of
and they smoked
actually getting there.
Right. So, to me, I was like, just think about the top 75 guys they took out on the chessboard. Just think how they took them out. And they really, they had Dirk. My boy Kid, he was up there in age.
Yes.
JT was JT. He was confident.
JT was balling though that series. Now that playoff run. Now JT was balling.
Right. He was balling. But I look at that 95 Rockets team. Not only they got Kenny Smith, then they got my boy. To me, the coldest clutch player ever. Big Shot Bob.
Oh man, let's not go that far. He made a lot of huge shots, bro.
Hey, look. That man got 7 rings. Now, I'm not saying he better than Mike or better than Kobe.
Oh, we can't say that.
We're not saying that. No, I'm not going in and say that. But I'm just saying, last few seconds of the game, you give the ball to anybody but Big Shot Bob. If he got that ball, it's going in. I mean, I'm just saying, you talk about ice water in the veins, they had help. They had dreams. I was like, to me, even though they didn't perform as well as the others, that was a good team. They caught fire, but I think that team was more talented than what the Mavericks had. So that's why that 2011 Mavericks team impressed me, because I come on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No doubt.
Okay, I'm going down the rundown. I mean, they beat the Portland Trail Blazers. They were 48-34 that season. I mean, yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge, yeah, Damian Lillard. Oh no, this is Brandon Roy. I'll take that back.
Brandon Roy,
yeah, it was. That's right. Yeah, he was so nice, man. So nice. And he wasn't even super athletic like that. He was just nice.
Just a
player.
Mm-hmm.
No, he just knew how to play. But I'm just saying, what they did was pretty impressive. As much as I love the 94-95 team, Dream is our guy, Bruce.
Absolutely.
But I have to give it to Dirk for that. And I'm a LeBron fan.
Mm-hmm.
They killed me. They killed me. I had a long summer after that. But I have to give,
as you should
but
have.
I have to give it to Dirk.
Yeah.
And that team for what they did for us in all time.
And JJ Barea.
And little JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who clearly must have been, one of the greatest players of all time, since, back in the day it was just bums and plumbers, you know what I'm saying? Plumbers and firemen. So,
Yeah. But no, they had their run.
Yeah.
But we won't go into the beginning of next season when Miami played them and mopped the floor with them, but that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm. Nobody remembers that, Sid Bubba. No one remembers that.
I remember it. I remember it.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. No doubt. You got anything else for me, brother?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate the call as always, man.
Appreciate you, Bubba.
All right, there, shipmate.
Oh, by the way, Bubba, if we don't catch you again before Saturday, man,
well, he already knows what time
Army
it is.
beat Navy.
Oh, man, no.
You already know. You already know.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Something bad might happen to Notre Dame on it. Like he used to speak for me.
Don't do that, man. That's uncalled for, Sid Bubba.
Hey, he over here reaching for the stars. Like worry about Notre Dame before you worry about the Army.
Man, listen. First is Army gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna go ahead and take care of that. Put foots in them, as Shannon Sharp like to say.
What's that game at? 2:00? We said.
It starts at 3.
3 good.
Right, but you know who the greatest player out of the sports academy is in the NBA, right?
I do.
It's Navy.
You said NBA. I thought. Well, look. Can I be honest with you, man? Y'all got NBA and NFL. So I can't even say anything. That's right. That's where I thought you were going. That's where I thought you were going. So yeah, I gotta have respect for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We accept your apology.
Absolutely.
Throw up the West for the Lakers too, though.
What?
The dub.
What?
The West. The dub. The Lakers. Laker Nation, baby.
What did you say? What I missed what you said. That's what I'm saying.
He said throw it up for the Lakers too. I can't do. I can't do that.
Oh yeah, man.
Man, you better look at the top of the screen and look at that logo up there, man.
I'm
blasting Kendrick all day.
All right, brother.
All right, Sid, brother. Have a good one, man. Thanks so much for calling, brother.
All right. I'm about to play some Kendrick right now.
All right, so check it, y'all. This is where we go. Don't play no Kendrick, man. Get demonetized for using somebody freaking music, man.
Oh no, I didn't mean like on the.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm smarter than that, Bruce.
Hey man, I'm not saying you dumb. I'm just saying it might have got past you. You might not have been thinking about it. All right, so we'll give about another minute, 2 minutes max for anybody to call in if they want to. After that, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night. But good show overall, man. Good show. We got our pick'ems in. I think we agreed that unfortunately Cincinnati is wasting just an MVP caliber player in Joe Burrow. We got to see what they're going to be able to do. Yeah, man. Season. Yeah, this is tough. Then we talked about NBA's coldest killers, and it was cool because by taking out Kobe and Mike, what it did was force us to go outside the normal confines of the GOAT debate that we have and start thinking about so many other players that were nasty and don't even get shout outs anymore. So we thought about that. And then, of course, we finally finished up looking at the arguably the greatest playoff run of all time, the 1995 Houston Rockets, and what they were able to do. By the way, Bruce, man, you see your man Sam Cassell up there, Sam I Am. You know what I'm saying? So be more stand up. Got to show some love. Oh, here we go. Y'all Laker Nation.
Top 5
One more.
uglies in the history of the NBA.
Laker Nation. Laker Nation was good, brother. Yo, you foul transformer.
Hey,
yes.
Y'all talking about greatest playoff runs. I'm gonna give you my greatest one.
Okay, what you got?
And y'all gonna have a field day with this one.
Okay.
Man, the greatest playoff run in NBA history is a Disney playoff run. Boy, you can't get no greater than that.
It's the what?
The Disney.
Oh my gosh, my
The
man.
bubble.
The damn. Oh, come on, brother.
The
You talking
adversity
about
we had to go through, man. We were on lockdown, bro. We couldn't go nowhere.
Chefs and all that, right?
Boy, that's the greatest one ever.
Wait, didn't
Can't
Lou
get no
Williams
greater.
sneak out and go to damn Magic City, go get some lemon pepper wings out there?
He got us behind bus when he got back.
Boy, you couldn't even go across the street, or you eliminate yourself.
Well, you couldn't even bring in the young shorty to the hotel room without a screen. Hey,
Yo,
that's a lot of
wait.
mental, bro. That's a lot of mental toughness you got to go through, dog.
What
You're a
is this?
superstar millionaire. I don't know where Sneed was going with that. That was
It
crazy.
was so bad. The Clippers eliminated themselves. They just wanted to go home.
Just wanted to go home.
They did. They sure did. And that was one of the
They
few
said we
times
done
Kawhi
with
was healthy.
basketball.
They should have played, man.
Man, they said they was done with basketball. You know how they played Denver? They
They haven't been the same since.
Paul George shooting up the side of the backboard. Man,
Crazy.
they was done. They wanted to go home.
You know what? Quick side note, talking about Paul George in the playoffs, man. He doesn't get his due either because the Clippers have been to the Western Conference Finals one time in their existence, and it was Paul George that took him there. Kawhi Leonard didn't take him there. Paul George took him there. So he got to get a little more credit than he is given, man. That dude, again, he's another one. When he's healthy, he's nice. But it is what it is.
No, I was just trolling. I'm gonna let somebody else go.
No doubt. Man. Thank you for the call, Laker Nation. I appreciate you,
Hey,
brother.
but you're not wrong, though.
Oh, man. Have a good one, man.
My man
Appreciate
said
it.
Disney. I'm like, yes, sir. Talk that talk.
Yeah, you like that. All right, well, listen up, team. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we are going to call it right here. We're going to call it for the night. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it. One more time, if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe on the way out. And anybody who wants to join the channel, man, make sure you do that because we're going to have some stuff coming for you. So, yeah, do that. And let's see, when we back. I might go live tomorrow.
Saturday.
I was thinking about it.
Oh, what's today? Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, yeah.
Why would you go live tomorrow? What's happening? Are you reading into the future? Did we see something?
What was it? I think I'll talk to you offline. I think I had a note that I might want to just talk about. So I might do it. We'll see. Yeah.
He threw a curveball at me, guys. Yeah, that was a nice little. He got the.
Yeah, you know, I just do those sometimes, you know.
That's the one.
Get the extra content out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
That's
Okay.
a fact, Brandon. Today's NBA players equal participation trophies. That's a fact. That's a fact. But anyways, team, we about to skate. Yeah, you missed it. We talked about Belichick earlier on in the quick hits before the main topic started, which didn't really go as quickly as we thought. But
It went to a whole segment for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, again, thank you everybody for checking in and rocking with us for the past 3 hours and 13 minutes. We appreciate y'all. We always try to keep it entertaining and we try to keep it informative, and we just talk sports, man. Did he just say yes, he sure did.
He isn't wrong. I swear to God, Laker Nation. Every time he does it, I go and I have to check my message like, yo, did he try to hit me up or something? Like, did I miss something?
Oh, man,
and then he'll hit me offline like,
you,
man, man, just had to be said now. I'm like, here you go. He doing it again. He ran off on the plug twice.
Man, sometimes, man, I just be like, Like, okay, this is going on. I'm gonna just talk for a little while.
But I tell you, the last shock drop he did was by far the most entertaining. I was
Here
at the
you
gym.
go. Here
It was
you
about
go.
LeBron and Stephen A. Smith. And
Oh,
boy,
my goodness.
listen.
Here you go.
I had to talk to my guy for 30 minutes after that, bro. That thing had me. I couldn't focus on my workout for the rest of the day.
Because you be bugging out too much. That's your
Man,
problem.
it was hilarious. That was gold. That was nothing but gold. Hey, but do you love him?
Stop, man. Stop. Oh my
With
goodness.
the most sincere face ever, like
I had to know.
Do you love him?
I had to
Do
know.
you love him? I hate him. So
But look,
apparently I hate him.
I didn't say I hate him.
You
Stop.
must love him. No, because you was referencing.
Oh, yeah,
y'all
yeah,
say
yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah.
You know, since I hate him,
Mhm.
you gotta love him, right? So do you love him?
The man
And
said he
your
loves
voice
him.
was so-
Yeah, hey, I wanted
Do
to
you
know.
love him?
I want to know.
But the fact that it wasn't a resounding no so fast, it was so many avenues. He took to
Yeah,
answer
my
the
man tried
question.
to. He tried to
Yeah.
preach it, and but well, if you
I'm a fan, and blah 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 blah. blah.
yeah.
That was a funny segment, boy. That was a funny segment. Just gold.
You
guys need to go back and watch it. That was what, last week? That was last Thursday.
This is short. I did a short.
Yeah,
I think it's the last short that's up there. Matter of fact.
Do you love him?
The man said he loves him. Well, what do you want me to do? Yo, so I was watching real quick. I was watching GOAT Debate Media earlier, right? They have some good stuff on their channel. I'm sure some of the people on this channel have seen it. And he popped up over there. I guess he tweeted at him or whatever, or he put a comment, and they read his comment on air. It is like this dude really goes around to all these channels protecting LeBron as if he's getting paid to
He's
do
on
it.
the payroll.
I've never
He's
seen
on the
anything
payroll.
like it. He might be. He might be. I mean, hey, what you
Cut
gonna
my
do?
man slack, bro. He's passionate about his most favorite player, and he loves.
Let me ask you this, Transformer.
What's
Would
up, bro?
you say I'm a big fan of Dream? Would you say
Yeah,
that?
you're a big fan of Dream. Yes.
Huge fan, right? Pause. Okay, just checking. Do I behave like you would be concerned for my orientation when it comes to Dream?
No.
Okay, just checking. Okay.
Well, until Brucey said something. Hakeem, you dream.
That was funny though. That was funny. That's a classic. That's a classic. Hey, Brandon, I'm trying to grab. Matter of fact, thanks for the reminder. I got to hit up Marco, and we're probably gonna do another boxing show pretty soon. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Definitely, I'm gonna do that. Because yeah, he said he's down. I just gotta just map out the time with him. But yeah, we're gonna do that. Appreciate it though.
Oh, a little bit.
You all right, man? You over there? I don't know what you boxing or you dancing? What is that?
Both.
Okay, I got you.
Bansing. It's called Bansing.
Dancing. All right, that's what's up. Yeah, I need to learn how to dance.
Get your rhythm right.
Turn that into an uppercut. All right, y'all.
Let me do a little throwback, a little Dream versus Shaq. But granted, we got to reference it's Baby Shaq though.
Yeah, but even that Baby Shaq was an animal though. Like he was still a problem though. Because think about it, Baby Shaq walked in the league as a rookie, 23, 13.9 rebounds, 3.9 blocks. Like that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not,
Granted, I agree. I like what you said, but that Laker version was a
I get it.
Shaq.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like people front like because it was early in his career that Shaq wasn't already a monster.
Yeah, not diminishing Dream's accomplishment. That's not what I'm doing at all.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
Some people try to do that, but
no.
Exactly. Last Rewind. What up?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Last Rewind was good. Was good. Ain't
See,
seen
he
you
was
in a
about to
minute.
skip right over you, man. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Last Rewind.
Man.
Whoa!
His joint.
No, you almost skipped over. Like,
Yeah,
man, great job, Last Rewind. Oh, wait, Last Rewind.
Right.
It hit you a little late.
Yeah, it did. Laker Nation, appreciate you. I'm gonna look at that as soon as I get off, man.
What's
Pause.
good, Last Rewind?
Ain't nothing, man. You missed a pretty good show, man. You can catch the replay though. You can catch the replay, and I'll probably chop it up tomorrow.
Lakers Shaq was a whole nother animal, Brandon. You right.
You know what though? Here's a question though. Like, yeah, Lakers Shaq was a whole nother animal, but maybe that young Shaq that could run the floor and run the break, like I don't know, man. I think he might work out. Pause. Lakers Shaq, and the reason I say that, I think he'll run him into the ground.
You think him running to the ground, or was Shaq just keep him out of there?
No, but like remember young Shaq, like this dude was out here like pushing the rock on the break. Young Orlando Shaq.
I mean, but Lakers Shaq was still moving on the break, not as much.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go back. Shaq, greatest what if GOAT.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
But I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple. Like he just didn't want it bad enough. And I can say it's got to be hard to want it bad enough when your 75% is better than most of the people that you're playing against. So
like bro literally said, shit, man, why would I have to work out? Shit, I had you representing Kobe. Like,
exactly.
I didn't have to work out.
You're right.
Like I know if I have a down game, number 8 over here, he about to give you work. He about to give you work. Like I don't have to worry about that. Go to the gym. Gym for what? I'm the most dominant big in the league. Like I said, couldn't guard the pick and roll.
That's fair.
Orlando
but see, here's the thing, man. This whole guard the pick and roll thing. You don't have to guard the pick and roll, man. The modern coaches are so dumb with this. You don't have to switch the pick and roll all the time. You just got to hedge. You just got to hedge, and the original defender got to fight through. That's all you got to do. You hedge just long enough for the original defender to get there, and then you get back to yours. Dream did it. D-Rob did it. We saw it all the time. But all right, let's get out of here for real.
We'll run into a whole nother rabbit hole with this one.
I know, right? But listen, again, thank you so much for joining the show, man. We love. Let me just say this: we really love sitting here kicking sports with y'all, man. Real talk. Like we don't get rich off of doing this. We love freaking sitting here with you guys multiple times a week, just kicking it and talking sports. So we appreciate that. So. Just do us the solid and let other people know about the show so we can make this chat and this format podcast community larger. That's the other thing we're trying to do. All right. So help us out on that. But yeah, we're going to leave it right there for the 15th time. Y'all have a great night.
We're actually going to hit the end button this time. We're going to hit it.
Have a good one. All right. We out. Peace.